They're gonna go completely.
Fighting.
Oh wait, shit. It oh, they can hear us. Manning. Hello, hello,
Hello.
and welcome to the Rec Esports Finals, presented by Esports at UC Davis. My name is Jacob. I'm joined by Jonathan. Jonathan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. It's gonna be my first time, but I'm really excited to see what games we're gonna watch today.
Yeah, and we're gonna just get straight into the draft. Actually, we can see here Aurelion Sol, the first ban. Definitely agree with that one. Zaya as well, taken away from the enemy team. Oh, we can't see the enemy team names, which makes things really difficult because I want to say their names, but you know what, it happens. As well as Auction taken away top lane. Just kind of going over these teams. So we have Mythmaker versus Empyrean. Empyrean won 2-0 last time they played, and then they're gonna play again this time. So this is kind of the run back for Mythmaker to make a statement in this match.
So we're seeing the Auction and the Jace get banned away here. Both of these champions are really strong lane bullies, so maybe we're seeing that red side really wants to pick a champion that maybe can sit back and scale.
Yeah, I just think that, well, I don't even remember which teams are on which side, to be honest. What I'm
I
gonna
think Mythmaker's this side.
Yeah, Mythmaker's this side, Empyrean's red side. The Victor taken away as well, so taking away a couple of those control mages from the Empyrean mid laner, as well as it looks like the top laner Dragon 184 is the target for Empyrean's bans. So definitely just like a lot of target bans right now. It feels like not a whole lot of meta picks are being taken away, except for maybe the Aurelion Sol and the Victor. But other than that, it's just a pretty much standard like we don't want you to play the champions you're good at kind of draft.
Yeah, I mean, pretty uniform thematic bans here. We have Victor, Zion, Aurelion, Soul banned. All three of these champions really want people to run into them, which signals to me that the Mythmaker team really wants to pick something that hard engages and really just gets in their face. Meanwhile, Empyrean really looking like they want to get out of lane phase pretty spot and clean. They're gonna get rid of these champions like Auction, like Jace, like Caitlyn, that are gonna be able to get lane priority early on in the game. And we're gonna see the Ezreal locked away here, giving a lot of safety for that bot lane. It might be a Neela in response. That is a Neela that is locked in response. Neela really wants to look for these, either an enchanter that can really help her get these heals and shields to make her really, really tanky, or maybe a tank support that will help engage with her. So let's see what they're gonna pick. It's gonna be Tahm Kench, looks like.
Yeah, it's looking like the Tahm Kench top. Just a safe top lane pick, maybe even going support. Kind of hard to tell at this point.
Yeah.
But you know, just kind of keeping the picks flexible, which I like. Making sure to keep the enemy team on their toes and making sure they can't just pick whatever they want. They have to be aware of where the Tahm Kench can go.
Yeah, Neela is one of those champions where if you're not good at her, then she's not very good. But we do know that from their previous games that there is a proficient Neela player. And, okay, there's Ezreal Karma. So yeah, it looks like Empyrean's lock on the team identity of Mythmaker is correct. They really want to play these strong prio lanes. And that's going to be a Mumu locked away as well. So we got some hard engage here that really rewards Tahm Kench. He's going to be able to use his ulti and maybe pick the Neela out of an Amumu ulti.
Yeah, and I mean, taking a look at the Ezreal Karma, you mentioned it being a priority lane, Taric locked in, so that is probably going to be Tahm Kench top if that Taric is actually locked in. How do you feel about these lane matchups in the bot lane? Like, can Neela, Taric contest Ezreal Karma at all during the lane phase?
Yeah, I think... Okay, so Ezreal Karma is really, really good at pushing in the lane. There's no way that Neela Taric is ever going to be able to contest the lane priority, but in terms of sustain, Neela Taric, probably one of the like really, really strong sustain Neela Taric. They get so much healing and so much shielding. Ezreal Karma, it's very unlikely they're actually going to be able to poke them out of lane. The thing is, Amumu can't really invade either, so it's going to be interesting to see what Empyrean picks for the jungle because they're not really under that much pressure, even though they have Mythmaker has so much pressure in the bot lane. I don't know if I agree with Taric being picked in R3 here because you revealed that Tahm Kench is going top and now Mythmaker might be able to respond something in the top lane to deal with this Tahm Kench. Maybe something like a Camille, something that just can shred the tankiness of Tahm Kench. That's Gangplank and Karthus banned from both sides, so we're getting rid of some of the late game scaling options.
Yeah, take a look. I finally got to work. That's the
Okay.
reason why Jonathan was talking so much is because he was covering for me. But we can actually see the in-client draft while you get to look at us. I think it looks kind of nice, so we're just going to roll with it. We got Gangplank and Camille banned away. Definitely a lot of top lane bans up against the other team. But Dragon 184, I'm assuming it's a very deep champion pool. Plenty of carry top laners are still available in the draft, so I'm sure whatever picks you ban away from him, he'll find something else to take away instead.
Yeah, I really like the Camille ban here because Camille has such a great matchup into Tom Kench. He can just shred, but I'm also seeing that Fiora is open, and Fiora looks like she might do really, really well into this draft. Everyone on the team of Empyrean really wants to go in, especially with the Sylas locked in. Sylas has the access to the Mumu ulti here, which is pretty nice, and now Mythmaker needs to be careful what they pick because giving Sylas access to more big teamfight ultis might be a huge problem for them, especially with Taric giving him so much more engage in healing and shielding.
Yeah, that Taric with the Sylas is going to be very scary if they can get on top of the Ezreal or the Karma and burst them down. Kassadin is the response from Bort Snort, which I like. You know, Sylas doesn't do well with Kassadin ult really all that well. Can't really take advantage of it like the Amumu ult. And it's a great anti-mage pick, so I think this is awesome.
That's true, but this could be a Sylas jungle. This doesn't necessarily need to be a Sylas mid.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I really like the Sylas as a flex pick here, and here's the Fiora I was talking about.
You called the Fiora. Yeah, there it is. Fiora locked in for Dragon 184, the carry top laner of the blue team. We'll see what the response is. Could be a mid lane pick, could be a jungle pick. Kind of depends on where Sylas goes. Oh, you were right. Yeah. I think it's going to be Sylas jungle.
It's going to be Sylas jungle. I really want to see some hard engage right now because I'm seeing that the Ezreal and the Karma are going to give Mythmaker a range advantage. And without hard engage, it's going to be really difficult to deal with them. Graves does not have that hard engage, so it's going to be... But I do like that Graves can maybe invade the Mumu. Oh, no, it is the Wukong. So okay. Wukong is going to be able to give them the hard engage that they really, really desperately need on this team comp. Right now, the Taric looks super well positioned. He has so many people that he can just latch onto and eat from. Everyone's melee on the side of Empyrean here. So basically, no melee champions. Ezreal and Karma are going to have a field day here. They're just going to be to shoot, and as long as they don't get flanked by this Wukong or the Sylas, they're gonna pretty much go completely uncontested.
Yeah, I feel like as long as the bot lane for Mythmaker keeps up the vision, there's just no way that they can get behind early game. I mean, I guess unless Nyla Tom Kench absolutely pops off and decide, you know what, we're gonna go crazy and just kill you guys, and they really mess up Lucky, Bort Snort, Lucky Monkey 12 and Dragon. Oh, I just realized we're not in LCS order.
Oh.
Yes, that's why I'm like, oh, what are these names? Okay, so Orpheus is the carry top laner.
Okay.
Got it. And then Lucky Monkey 12, Dragon 184, they're going to be the ball lane with the Ezreal Karma. Okay. Now we're kind of feeling it out. I forgot to tell the players to get an LCS order, so that's where things kind of went wrong. But now we can actually take a look at the runes here. And it's, again, not an LCS order, so it's going to be really messed up. But the Bone Plating Karma, is really worried about those early trades, wants to make sure to have as much survivability as possible versus the Conqueror and Nyla.
Look at how much healing and shielding this Nila's going to get off of Overheal, Bloodline, Shield Bash, Revitalize. This Nila is just going to be living in lane with permanent heals. And then I like the Scorch from Karma, but it's really not going to be able to do that much, in my opinion, against the Taric.
And kind of taking a look now at Ezreal and Tom Kench. Again, this is a Tom Kench top lane. You got the grass, you got the shield bash. I think it's a pretty standard rune page where I can tell the second win makes sense to me. Ezreal with the Conqueror, Presence of Mind. Nothing super special about either of these, right?
Ezreal typically likes to go press the attack in lanes where he can get prio, but I really like the Conqueror pickup here because it's Ezreal saying, okay, there's no way I'm going to be able to kill Neela Taric in this lane, so I'm just going to make sure that I get the cut down, and I'm going to be able to slowly poke down this tanky Tom Kench, this tanky Wukong, this tanky Taric, this tanky Neela later on in the game.
Taking a look now, Sylas and Amumu with the Ultimate Hunter, trying to get as many ults off as possible in this game. Probably, I'm assuming a lot of early ganks as well, wanting to stack up that Ultimate Hunter early. Keep the Ezreal Karma ahead, make sure that Kassadin doesn't fall behind Sylas before level 6, stuff like that. Meanwhile, actually, Sylas with the second wind, I don't understand really into a melee versus melee match with Sylas why you would want to take that rune, but maybe there's something that he knows that I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the jungle, so the second one really doesn't matter as much. Maybe he just thinks that there's nothing else he could have taken in the resolve tree.
Oh no, I think it is Wukong jungle, right?
Oh, that's right, you're right. It is Wukong jungle.
So we do have the second one Sylas, but again, still, it doesn't really make sense into a Kassadin where you're going to be trading pretty often. Bone plating would help with those trades. Kassadin, with bone plating into the Sylas makes sense. Wukong going for the Cosmic Insight and then free boots. I think that's pretty standard Wukong rune page. As a Wukong one trick myself, I do kind of know a little bit about just that champion, if anything else. So pretty standard, seems like. And then finally, we do have Fiora and Taric. Taric with the Glacial Augment. Yeah,
Makes sense to me.
makes sense.
Hex Splash is a little bit interesting. He might be looking for some interesting engages. I don't know if it's gonna work against Ezreal Karma, but we'll see. It's gonna be really
like it. Because like maybe early game level 2 they can like push in Nyla and Taric really early, or look for that engage and then still have that pressure with Hex Splash later to follow up with some Wukong ganks. Like I see the idea. We'll see if it actually ends up working out for them, but I kind of like how this Taric is like, what, I'm just gonna go for it, balls to the wall, why not?
Okay. Also interesting in Scorch on Fiora. I don't think I've seen Scorch on Fiora ever. Typically she likes to take either something in the Domination tree or the Resolve tree. So seeing Source from Fiora is interesting. But maybe it'll help against a Tahm Kench. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm gonna take a step back for 1 second and just set up this game, Jonathan. Keep it moving here.
All right. So it's going to be the Ignite for the Sylas against Cassin. He's really gonna hope that he can get some early pressure on this Cassin before he's level 6. I'm seeing some really strong 1-3-1 potential on Mythmaker with Cassin and Fiora, and not really easy ways to deal with it from Empyrean side. I mean, you do have the Sylas, you have the Wukong to maybe try to lock down this Cassin and Fiora, but I think it can really easily swing the other way if Fiora or Cassin get a really clean outplay. The snowball potential of Cassin and Fiora is really, really strong. And with Ezreal Karma and Amumu in the mid lane, it should be really difficult to catch them without really, really good flanks from Wukong and Sylas. Okay, and it looks like we're going to be popping into the game.
Yep, we're in the game. Teams locked in. We know which side is which. Oh, I do need to
rearrange.
Switch. Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
Score.
So we're going to be rearranging the scoreboard so that the lane matchups are correct. Hopefully. There we go. Okay. Nice. Okay, so we have 4 people coming in bot. This might be an early skirmish. Yeah, it looks like Empyrean maybe taking a little look into the bot. Oh, okay, Ezreal spots him.
That was a great cue from Lucky Monkey 12, making sure.
Completely blind, by the way. He had no vision.
No idea. He was just throwing it out for funsies. And
sniffing it out.
Ended up finding the HP bar of the Taric, so he knows, that bush is not safe. And one thing I want to point out too is Orpheus, he knows that there might be an invade bot side, but he's sticking at his tier 2 tower. Would have loved to see a deeper ward to help out his jungler, but it doesn't seem like it's super necessary in this early game. I think both these junglers are going for a pretty standard clear so far.
Alright, something I didn't notice is that Nilah has Ignite. They're really going to try to kill people here. Like, I mean, I think normally Nilah Taric, you just want to sit back and farm and get an early XP lead because of Nilah's passive, but it does not look like they're thinking that way. They're really going to try to kill this Ezreal Karma, maybe get an early gank from the Wukong. I mean, in this current meta, jungle is so strong. Maybe we might even be getting a 3v3 in the bot lane at level 2. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, I mean, that Hex Flash on Taric, they definitely want to be aggressive in this lane, especially early game. They know that's not the best matchup for them. They're going to get pushed in. So I definitely think it's great that they're going to try to do something a little more unconventional in this matchup. Looking at the rest of the matchups so far, I mean, the Sylas with the Ignite versus the Casting with the Teleport, definitely got to watch out for that early kill pressure. And Taric, and Nilah, they're pushing the wave in early, so they are going to most likely get that level 2 before the enemy team, and they could look for an all-in.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Also, we're going to see the Wukong is actually starting topside, is going to be pathing down. Meanwhile, Amumu not going for the level 2 gank here. He's going to be pathing up towards the Fiora, maybe trying to cover. Okay. Level 2 hit by bot lane here from Empyrean side, but again, as you noted, Mythmaker's not going to hit that level 2 first, which is normally... Oh?
Ooh, Lucky Monkey 12, he dodges away from the Taric Q by walking into the Nilah. That all-in engage not quite making the landing. And, this was the opportunity for Taric and Nilah to make something happen. And now it's going to be really hard to get anything going against Lucky Monkey 12. As soon as he gets that E, level 3 comes in. They're going to have way less kill pressure.
Wait a second.
24 actually does go in. Glacial Augment's proc, the Ignite comes down, the heal as well. Summoner spells being blown across the map. One more! First blood for the Nilah. You can see Lucky Monkey 12 trying to get some damage back onto the Nilah, but not able to get a kill. Actually gets stunned up again. They're going for the dive? No, not quite. But still, first blood for Empyrean's bot lane, and it was a stellar performance from them.
That Ignite is really coming in clutch here. Reduce so much healing from the heal. And, I mean, Karma holds on to her flash, and I don't know if I agree with that, but it might be a dive. I don't know if Ezreal's gonna get out of this.
Yeah, Ezreal, he still has flash, but not much else. Does dodge away from the Taric E, but the dive is good. Empyrean now with 2 kills on the board. A great gank, a great dive by OP Champ.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, Ezreal is losing so much EXP here. Karma can't even really come close enough to pick it up, and this EXP lead, which already Empyrean's bot lane is normally going to have with just Neela, is going to be extended so much further. We're going to have a little skirmish in the river. Anything going to pop out of this?
Yeah, BaiShiZ is looking for this Amumu. It doesn't quite have the cooldowns to keep chasing him down, and Mumu's able to recall, but definitely some pressure happening from the mid laner of Empyrean. He's not afraid of the 1v2, knows that this Cassin is not going to walk up to help his jungler, I guess, as the wave's getting pushed in, so he's going to be able to collect this CS pretty easily. Looking at the rest of the map, is actually Chowinator is keeping up in farm with Orpheus, which I think is great to see. Even though this Fiora is a great matchup into Tahm Kench, both these players just seem to be playing really well into the matchup so far. And Tahm Kench, I love how he's just not afraid of this Fiora at all.
Yeah, it looks like Fiora was able to get a cheater back off, so she does have a longsword over this Tahm Kench, and neither top laner blown teleport. All Thor needs to do. Oh, wait a second.
Oh my god, Chowinator's going in. Not quite able to find the W after baiting out the riposte from Orpheus. But, you know, it's good he's looking. It's good he's aggressive, using that level advantage. Meanwhile, mid lane, BaiShiZ and Bortsword, they're going for the trade early on. Bortsword brought very low, but Flash actually. No, Ignite!
Where's the Ignite? Where's the Ignite? Oh, he loses solo kill because he doesn't blow the Ignite.
Yeah, BaiShiZ just, maybe he forgot he had Ignite. Maybe he thought he took teleport this game, but that was a solo kill opportunity. Unfortunately for him, he does not get it. Definitely
that's so
unfortunate.
Now he's gonna be able to shove in the wave, but Cassin has teleport. He's gonna be able to pick up level 6 off of this wave, and man, that might have been the only chance you could have as a solo laner to kill a Cassin. Now he has access to his ulti. It's gonna be really hard to get on top of him now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to bait Cassin the ult in, I guess. Actually, Miyazone and Kaori, he's actually flashing on Dragon 184, but the tower's gonna stop that aggressive play from happening. Lucky Monkey 12, ease in. Nothing happening from that, but a big heads-up play from the Terry to try to make something happen. I honestly thought the Nyla with the Terry was going to land on the Karma anyway, but, you know, it was a great effort from him. And the Hex Blast,
He's going to use the Hex Blast to get it closer. They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know. They have no idea.
They have no clue where this Terry is.
It looks like Wukong is on the jungle now. Cassin might be able to sniff it out here. They do have bot prio, so I don't think Cassin's going to be able to do anything, but it is level 6 Cassin. Okay. Yeah, he finds Wukong.
Yeah, Bortsnort, he's going to take down OP Champ 123. The flash away is not enough. Bortsnort's following through.
And he's going to make it happen into a bot lane gank.
Yep, and the bot lane gank's coming through. And the guy PK is actually going straight into 3 members. There's a lot of damage coming out from this Nyla. Gets rooted up by the Karma. Miyazone Kaori, low mana, but still going forward. BaiShiZ does not quite land the chains onto Lucky Monkey, but honestly, I think that missing saved the Terra. Maybe better going to take in tower aggro. But BaiShiZ, you can see he's still looking for the dive on the Dragon 184 and Lucky Monkey 12. He's walking up now, taking the Ezreal ult, going for an aggressive play. Chains don't land. Lucky Monkey 12 flashing away from it. He's going for the Ezreal ult. Whiffs, hits the Karma actually, but now he's in a 1v3. The Ignite finally goes down. Doesn't have enough damage, and Lucky Monkey 12, 1-for-1 trade. We do see a top lane skirmish happening as well with the Amumu. Shut down before the Terrigal. Oh my god! Nyla not able to be saved by Miyazono, and that's going to be another kill created back. I think after everything's said and done, it's a 1-for-3 in favor of Mythmaker, and it's not over yet because the Wukong's coming in and a shutdown onto the Kassadin.
This is a bloody bot lane, but I think out of all of it, Mythmaker coming in huge here. 3 kills for the Kassadin, and now this Kassadin's gonna be able to run crazy on the Empyrean team. Neela really not being able to pick up anything even after picking up a Noon Quiver in the early game. I mean, even though the Mythmaker bot lane falls super far behind, you gotta feel good as Mythmaker's team right now because this Kassadin is huge.
Yeah, Mythmaker's gotta be feeling good right now. Kassadin, that scaling champion, is sitting pretty in his lane. He's got his Catalyst of Aeons, he's got his Blasting Wand, he's got his tiers starting to stack up. He's in a great spot, and BaiShiZ with no summoner spells is probably not gonna be able to punish him. We do see that OP Champ 123, after getting the shutdown, was able to also pick up the Dragon, so great for him and his team. We also see the Ocean Dragon is going to be the one next up. So definitely, you know, both teams in a deadlock right now in terms of advantage. But Empyrean, they've got to clean up those bot lane dives if they want to keep their advantage up.
Oh, this is a that was close. I thought maybe Orpheus was going to go in and kill this Tahm Kench, but did not fully commit. Maybe expecting some Wukong movement up topside, but actually Wukong is sitting bot lane looking for another bot lane gank. Okay. So,
Oh, OP champ,
okay.
there
Yeah,
you go.
yeah, there you go.
Lucky man, he's not level 6. The Karma actually dodges out the Taric stun, but the second Wukong knockup is going to be alive. Oh, Amumu tries to flash in, but the ult is delayed because of the Wukong knockup. The Conqueror's proc, double kill for Nyla. Lucky Monkey is able to dodge another Taric E, but not the triple kill from the Nyla. Able to trade it back thanks to the tower, but still, 3 kills for the Nyla. That's a great play for Empyrean.
yeah, I mean, Nila picks up so much there. A really, really great gank from OP Champ 123 here. Okay, Miyazono Kaori trying to pull the wave in, but it's a little too late. He's trying to shove the wave in. I don't think it's gonna happen. Meanwhile, Baishishi is actually getting a good push into the Cassin here. He does need to be a little careful. This Cassin is big, but he hasn't finished his mythic yet. Also, the showing up of Ocean Drag as the next dragon here guarantees that we're gonna get an exciting soul. So this one Infernal Dragon, while not huge by itself, does mean that Empyrean's one closer to an important dragon soul that might be showing up later. It's really important for against Mythmaker, who has a much harder scaling problem.
Exactly. Yeah, Empyrean, you know, they knew that this Ezreal Karma was going to be a problem, so they're trying to shut it down early game, make it as difficult as possible to play these lanes, bringing out OP Champ 123 on the Wukong, make their life miserable. And now we see the Nyla has actually been brought up with the Tahm Kench to help take this Herald uncontested, and they do give it to the Nyla. They want to make sure that as many tower plates, as much gold is funneled into their ADC as possible.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting. This Ezreal Karma really hasn't been able to have the impact in lane that it wants to have. I mean, I didn't expect Neela Taric to be this strong at all, but I really like the way that Empyrean has brought down their jungler, and it actually looks like they're just gonna be sieging mid lane. They don't even want the bot down. Wait, Amumu.
Yeah, Amumu actually does find the Taric with his Q. The Taric ult comes out to try to stop as much damage from happening. The Herald does go down. Is they able to get a plate and a half? Get it onto the Neela as well as a couple of his teammates, and just make sure as much gold is funneled as possible into this ADC. Lucky Monkey 12 trying to shove the wave in, but I think Nyla will be able to collect it pretty soon anyway. We can see in the top lane, Showinator, no fear, just Wing into Orpheus, and he's actually going for a really extended trade. I really think Orpheus has kill pressure here, and yeah, he's going to look for it. The ult comes out on Fiora, knows that Tahm Kench has no W. Ult comes out from Tahm Kench, but just going to spin him backwards. Orpheus is going to be able to catch up. This should be a solo kill for sure. One more auto will do it. Orpheus gets it. OP Champ is trying to get a trade back, and Q's will land it. Wukong is broken so much damage. It's a 1-for-1.
Yeah, that Thunder is giving him so much damage here. He was able to pick up that shutdown on Cassidy earlier on, and that means that he has access to his mythic at about the same time as Bortsnort here, actually. So this Wukong is actually, despite being only 2-1, actually has access to a lot of gold. And it looks like another play falls down here for bot lane. A really aggressive Ezreal E, but he isn't really any threat here. This Taric not really able to find Ezreal with the E.
Yeah, and even if that E landed, it would have been really hard to tower dive without the Taric ult available either.
That's
you
true.
See that Nyla and Taric, they're just more than happy to shove the wave in. They do have to be careful. The Cassidy is walking down. Bortsnort might be looking for a play. Actually, ByTZ flashing in with the Amumu ult. That Karma's going down instantly. The Lucky Monkey 12 has to flash away as well. Ignite is ticking. The guy PK is taking the tower aggro, and the shield bow is able to save him. Bortsnort is on the attack. It's on the move. Does not get stunned by Taric, and it's a really low HP. Nyla trying to get away. Oh, they're shut down. ByTZ is able to find it even with the Nyla flashing. OP Champ 12 is now here. Another shutdown for the Cassidy. Can the Wukong find any return kills? One more Q will do it. Red buff ticking. No, it's not enough. Bortsnort with no HP at all finds a way to get away. And EQ4 is trying to get away now. OP Champ is able to find one kill, but definitely not the kill he was looking for. I cannot believe that Cassidy made it out alive.
Oh my god. The sad mummy has to give up his life for his friends, but I mean, you gotta take that trade. Cassidy actually healing off of the Rod of Ages passive right there, just barely living. My god. But I mean, Cassidy picking up more shutdowns. He's gonna get access to a second item before Silas even gets access to his first.
It's just ridiculous how this Cassidy is able to live. The Rod of Ages passive, there's a reason why they removed this item from the game. I can't believe they brought it back. But of course, you know, Bortsnort's very happy that they did so. He's 6-1 now. He's level 10. He's 2 levels up against his lane opponent. I mean, what more can you ask for as a Cassidy player?
Oh my god.
Look at him. He's just going in. He does not care. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Oh my. Okay, yeah. So even though Empyrean has 1k gold up, it's important to note that Mythmaker's comp scales harder. So the gold on Mythmaker's team actually matters way more than the gold on Empyrean's team, unless they find a way to transfer this Neela's this Neela and this Wukong's gold advantage into some really strong team fights. But again, earlier as we said, Mythmaker doesn't even really want a team fight. Mythmaker really wants to 1-3-1, get a lot of EXP into this Cassin, get a lot of EXP into this Fiora, and force them to deal with the split push that Empyrean doesn't really have the tools to deal with.
Yeah, we can see as well a Cloud Soul. Cloud Rift is active. Nyla looking for those trades onto Dragon 184, not even afraid in the 1v2 to just go in. The Mumu is spotted on that ward in the tri-bush, so they know not to go too aggressive. But if Cloud Soul gets picked up by Empyrean, they're going to be able to snowball this game and try to just run down the opposing team. There is, Bort Snort and even Orpheus who have a lot of gold over their lane opponents, so it's definitely not looking doomed for Empyrean. But if these objectives keep getting stacked by Empyrean, then it's going to be really hard for Mythmaker to find something.
Yeah, I mean, the Cloud Rift coming out here is actually really, really nice for Empyrean. Normally, you're not super excited for Cloud Soul, but if we're looking at Empyrean's team, Wukong's ult, Silas's ult, Neela's ult, Tark's ult, even Tahm Kench's ult gets so much benefit from movement speed. Plus, the Cloud Rift means that these rotations are going to be much, much faster, and it's going to make it way easier to deal with Mythmaker's 1-3-1 potential.
I love how Tarek is just sitting in the bush. He's just trying to find those Hex Flash engages, those angles to catch Lucky Monkey and Dragon off guard. He's, definitely a proactive player. I love to see, how he's not afraid in a, bad matchup to just make things happen. Meanwhile, Chowinator is also unafraid and probably maybe in a worse way a little bit. I think he should be a little more afraid of this Fiora who's absolutely melting his HP bar right now. And look, he's just going to go in. He's going to get stunned by the riposte. I'm not sure what the plan was there. Just ends up getting solo killed. As the Terror Gold comes out, E4Q finds that two-man ult on the Empyrean bot lane. The guy PK, I think is strong, but oh my god, he gets so much damage. So much healing. He gets the triple kill without dying. That's crazy. I don't know what I just did, but you can see our reaction, I guess. That's my fault, but that was just ridiculous. And you can from the guy PK.
You can see the power of the Neela Taric. When you run into them, Taric gets so much healing, and Neela just can't die. She gets a huge ulti. She heals from like 200 HP to back to full with the overheal shield. She's just unkillable if you run into her.
Oh, just ridiculous. Nagai PK hopping off on this Neela. We see the Locket as well finish for Miyazono, so just even more survivability for this ADC. 9-3 double buffs. It's just ridiculous how many resources he has right now in this game. And this game could totally get blown wide open with the 6-1 Cassin or not. Empyrean could just end this game through bot side.
Right, it's really going to be basically a fight between Cassin and Fiora against this Neela and this Wukong. There's like the rest of these members, they're not getting any gold at all. It's just a 2v2 pretty much just funneled in. I really want to see some healing reduction built by either Dragon 184 or even the Amumu here. I don't really know how to say his summoner name.
I think we can just say E4B.
E4B? Okay.
That's what we just say.
Okay,
E4B, yeah.
I really want to see some healing reduction built here because there's so much healing on the side of Empyrean, and it doesn't look like they can make a test. The Ezreal ulti sails by, but not going to be taken away here.
Yeah, it was a good attempt from Ezreal, just a hero ult, see if anything can come from it. I think really it's just up to Chowinator on Empyrean to make sure that he doesn't give up any more free kills, because all he really needs to be is that front line for Nagai PK.
Yeah.
Like, as long as he's there, he's a big beefy tank, he starts stacking up that heart seal, he'll be totally fine. You can see his Nyla is just no fear, ready to dive the tier 2 towers. Lucky Monkey 12 got brought so low by just a couple autos. It's just absolutely ridiculous how strong this Nyla is, and is able to just walk in the jungle without any worries at all.
Right, but I mean, I really like what Mythmaker's doing here is they're setting up the 1-3-1, and even though Neela, Taric, and Wukong have really strong pressure mid lane, theoretically, Ezreal, Karma, and Amumu, they should be able to prevent any dives, and now they're going to be moving up to deal with Orpheus as Orpheus spot this.
Yeah, there's a ward. Orpheus is able to walk away, and OP Champ, does see that the ward is there thanks to the sweeper, so just gonna let Orpheus take that one, walk away, just funnel more gold in the guy PK. I don't think they're worried too much if they're Empyrean about, trying to shut down this Fiora. They just really want to funnel as much gold into their carries as possible.
Yeah, I mean, the onus really here is on Empyrean to really get in and end this game as fast as they can, because the longer they take, the stronger this casting gets. I mean, he's already sitting on a full Seraphs and a full Rod of Ages, waiting for it to stack up at 18 minutes. That's huge. That's so much money and such an accelerated casting.
It's interesting to see too that Empyrean, you know, they're taking this tier 2s, they have the Herald pushing in, and the rest of Mythmaker, they want to get this first dragon. They want to make sure to deny soul point from Empyrean, and they're willing to lose all 3 of their top lane towers to do it. The Herald gets another charge. It's actually going to be able to charge onto the inhibitor as well. And now finally, wait, they don't take the inhibitor because before 20 minutes, they don't want to give super minions and give extra farm and a free pushing lane to Mythmaker. So I actually really like this call from Empyrean to just let it go and not take the inhib.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mythmaker, I mean, Orpheus, he really shouldn't have killed the Rift Herald there. Just let the Rift Herald take the inhibitor so that way he can just sit there and farm forever. You just stick Caston in top lane and he just gets to hit 16 for free.
Yeah, I do think the call should have been just let the minions and the Herald take this inhibitor, but you know what? It's okay. It's still a pushing lane thanks to the tower advantage that Empyrean has on that top side. So, you know, eventually Orpheus will be able to kind of just free farm. You can see right now he's got plenty of minions for himself right now. And kind of taking a look at the item builds, we see Wukong on 2 items, we see Baishi Z on the Silas trying to get to his 2nd item, and we see Nyla on 2.5 items, you know, finishing the Vori quick blades. Empyrean, with all that gold from taking all those objectives, is really strong, and it's going to be really hard to contest them if they decide to take Baron in, you know, just a few seconds.
Yeah. We're seeing that Nila has opted for this Shield Bow Navori's Quick Blades build, so he's just going to be casting a lot of abilities really quickly. It looks like he's actually going for BT third, which I really, really like. Just stack even more healing on this Nila, make her even more unkillable than she already is, and really negating the Ezreal Karma who wants to poke. That poke is completely meaningless if Nila slaps one minion and heals back to full.
Exactly. You can see that Nagai PK and Mythmaker were actually just kind of sitting around the Baron waiting for it to spawn. They're actually going to start this objective up. It is spotted by E4B, and Orpheus is their top side. Empyrean knows that this is going to be a contested 50-50. The Caston teleport has been called for, but Empyrean they're just looking to keep taking this objective. Ezreal comes out with big, oh my god, into the 5-man Caston, and the Terrible is not come out in time before he gets absolutely one-shot by Shizi on the back line, and the Wukong. They get the Ezreal. They're trying to find Orpheus now. On this Fiora, can he run away? The flash comes out. Dragon actually just going back onto the Karma, forcing the flash from him, and the slow comes out from the smite. One more auto will do it. The E takes it. A big team fight, a huge Amumu ult, but still, man advantage to Empyrean.
Yeah, I mean, the Amumu ulti is so huge, but there's just not enough damage on Mythmaker to back it up. Caston goes in and almost gets completely one-shot because of the focused damage from Empyrean, and now they're going to be looking to push down mid, maybe take an inhib tower, maybe force another Baron fight that's coming up. Caston, he does get away, but really he doesn't have enough damage or CC on his team to back him up. There's just way too much, like Empyrean's way too tanky for him to really actually fully one-shot by himself.
And it's crazy too because that Terrible didn't even come out. Miyazono just got absolutely one-shot before the ult could even come down. And so all that tankiness is without the Terrible, without that 2.5 seconds of invulnerability. It's absolutely ridiculous. All the life steal, the shield bow shield from Nyla. He's just so tanky. He has so much survivability, and it's going to be so hard for Mythmaker to find any of these teamfight wins. They can't burst so Nyla after he's been locked down by CC.
Right, exactly. I also think that Empyrean's team comp, it really, really likes when Mythmaker tries to run into them, but that's really the only thing Mythmaker can do because the Ezreal and Karma is so far behind. Even though Ezreal and Karma, thematically, they should have a range advantage. Like, they don't do any damage, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. It's just hard, you know. I mean, Karma can pop Shurelya's and try to help the Caston and Fiora dive into the enemy team, but other than that, there's not a whole lot of follow-up that she's capable of. Meanwhile, the Ezreal still stuck on his first item, still trying to stack up that tier and get to a Muramana. The Baron called for now by Empyrean. It's uncontested. It's not on any vision. I think they're just going to be able to get this objective and start pushing down all these lanes and making it that much harder for Mythmaker.
Yeah, they're really going to be looking to push in to get basically a game-winning advantage here. There's a 5k gold lead for Empyrean is not entirely unsurmountable for Mythmaker, right? But they have to be able to live through this Baron push. Importantly, this Cassidon is really close to hitting level 16 here. So, I mean, there is a win condition there. Mythmaker really needs to be able to hold this Baron push.
Yeah. I mean, Fort Snort, close to level 16, you called it. That third item completed with the Zanyas. He's going to be able to buy another damage item now that he's got that survivability with the Stasis. It's going to be interesting to see how Mythmaker plays around these fights. E4B kind of caught in no man's land. I don't think he's been spotted yet, but could very well happen. This move's got to be really scared right now, and he actually is able to make it out, but that could have been really bad for him and his team.
Well, just really counting on lucky stars there. And there's going to be Bloodthirster finish for Nila, so that's a lot of healing. And still no healing reduction from Mythmaker's team. I mean, Mythmaker, E4B, he does have the Grievous Wounds on this Bramble Vest, but without Thornmail finish, as long as Neela doesn't hit a Mumu, there's no healing reduction there for him. I really wanted to see it on Dragon 184 with an Oblivion Orb, or at least a completely finished Thornmail, but this Mumu has like very little gold. It's gonna take him a while to finish it.
Yeah, Mumu, he's definitely on a low income right now. And it seems like his whole team is trying to funnel all the gold into the Fiora and the Kassadin that they can before the next big team fight. Finally, Empyrean is moving down this mid lane. They're using this Baron buff to take some objectives, take this first inhibitor. They could just walk up to the top lane, one that was exposed earlier for the second. They're going to just make sure to regroup, play these slow, make sure that they're not going to get flanked by Kassadin or Fiora, and just slowly but surely tighten the noose around the enemy team.
Right, they're looking to get this Drag Soul point here. Like I said earlier, this Cloud Soul is going to be super, super nice for Empyrean, so they're going to pick it up pretty much uncontested here. There's just no way. Fiora's trying to get something in top lane, but unless she manages to dive the Sylas, I don't think anything's going to happen here, especially with the Baron buff. Wow, it goes down to 1 HP. They really don't care.
Yeah, they're not worried at all about the Ezreal. They're not worried about the Mumu covering over the wall and stealing it. They know that they're in the driver's seat. Empyrean walking in the jungle with no fear. Bortsnor gets spotted out. OP Champ using his clone aggressively. And they're just making sure that they take as many towers as possible with the rest of this Baron buff remaining. Orpheus, he's getting plenty of gold in the side lane, but there's no real pressure on him taking any towers because BaiShiZ will be able to match him. It just seems like there's not a whole lot that Mythmaker can do in these few minutes with the Baron buff active. They kind of just got to hold their breath and make sure the turtle before the next Baron spawns, and maybe they can look for a fight there.
Right. Importantly, though, the gold lead hasn't actually really been extended by the Empyrean here. We'll notice that it's actually still only 5k between Mythmaker and Empyrean. Again, they really just have to try to hold this down. If they can hold this down, Mythmaker can still come back with their better scaling team composition.
Yeah, level 16 by Bortsnort. Mumu ult going in, the 3-man engage, the guy PK. He's unpunched right now. Terrible, it looks like it's going to go down, and it does so. Orpheus brought very low. Bortsnort as well. The guy PK goes unstoppable on the Mumu kill, flashing away from danger. And now BaiShiZ on the backline. He's going to find some damage. He's trying to find Lucky Monkey. He gets a kill. He gets almost an ace, and Empyrean look like they're poised to take game one.
Oh man, I mean, it's such a nice Mumu ulti, right? But there's just not enough damage. From a Mythmaker Bortsnor, he's gonna die. He's gonna try to hold it down. He's gonna die with his team. But there's just nothing left to do. Oh man.
Yep, Empyrean, they lost 2-0 in the regular season, but they're coming back in the finals. They go up in game 1 of the series, and they're gonna make it an exciting match. I don't know what Mythmaker has to do in game 2, but they gotta find something to make it happen.
Wow, what an explosive game 1 from Empyrean. Mythmaker, they're trying to scale, but Empyrean really grabbed hold of the game. It never really felt like they lost control. Actually, I mean, they gave up kills to the cast in early game, right? And that looked really, really scary, but I really like the way Empyrean was like, okay, you know what? We know our win condition. It's going to be this Neela. We're going to make this Neela and this Wukong super, super strong, and we're just going to dive you every single time we can. This Ezra and this Karma, we're not going to let them breathe.
Yeah, you can see Nagai PK more than happy to take top damage on the charts right there, making sure that this bad matchup means that you got to play the matchup well, right? And they're going to go for the early aggression, get that early lead, snowball the game from there. Beautiful from them. We'll see if they can do the same thing in game 2. Before we head to a quick little break, any more closing thoughts about this game?
Yeah, I mean, I think the draft read is really, really smart from both teams here. I mean, I like the really hard engage, the choke you out, don't let you breathe, suffocate this enemy team that maybe they knew they wanted to play something more scaling with the cast and with the Fiora. That being said, I really like the way that Mythmaker tried to 1-3-1 and survive. I think that a Mumu going in for these huge engages would have been better if they were able to turtle and get this Fiora, get some damage, let this Ezreal get some damage before you go in and get these big plays, because right now, or before, Empyrean just had way too much damage. You just had to hold out and wait. And so I hope that next draft we'll see maybe even something similar, but some more patience from Empyrean side.
Yeah, for sure. Empyrean, they had some good moments. They had some good engages from E4B. Definitely looked like it could have gone either way for a long time in that game, and just a couple of botched engages, just a little bit more patience, and it could have gone their way. So going into game 2, it'll be exciting, but guys, don't go anywhere. We got a 5-minute break coming up. It'll say 10 minutes on the timer. Don't worry about it. It'll be more like 5 minutes. We'll see you soon. Dude, what? Welcome back, guys. It's game 2 of Mythmaker versus Empyrean. Just so you guys know, we do have Empyrean on the blue side, Mythmaker on the red side going to this draft. If you are banned away from Orpheus, and that means, I mean, that's how you tell who's on what side, right? Because Orpheus was a problem for Chowinator last game, a couple solo kills going his way. But going into game 2, like, what draft adaptations, if any, do you want to see from Mythmaker to make it a little bit easier for them in this game?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so there's a Nila band away. Yeah. So it might look like they're just gonna start target banning stuff from the last game. I don't really know which way the draft is gonna go yet, because it is just gonna be target bans. But it looks like it is gonna be the auction band away, just like last game. I think they're gonna still keep their team identity, so most likely Mythmaker's still gonna go for a scaling comp, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, you know. Okay, Wukong taken away. Mythmaker just does not want to see anything from last game. I guess that gets in the way of their scaling. Gameplank is the ban away from Orpheus. So again, 3 carry top laners taken away in these bans. Karthus, interesting choice. I guess there must be some sort of Karthus player on the other team.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I feel like Karthus doesn't really seem like it matches up with Empyrean's comp, but we'll have to see. Maybe Empyrean has a different team mode that we haven't seen yet, which would be really cool to see them pull out, but with the Karthus ban, maybe it won't happen. So I want to really see what this B1 is going to be, because it's really going to set the tone for what the draft is going to look like for the rest of this phase. Mordekaiser B1. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Mordekaiser B1 and the Singe. So we have Mordekaiser versus Singe, AP top laner versus AP top laner. I have some feelings about this matchup. Can you share yours first?
I have no idea how this is gonna go. I rarely see Mordekaiser. I even more rarely see Singe, so I don't know who's gonna win this. It's gonna be really interesting.
I mean, so the Singe is great because if you can get through the first few levels, it's really hard for Mordekaiser to deal with the amount of wave clear. Like, you can proxy the wave. Mordekaiser doesn't have that many tools to be able to contest it. Really does rely on his jungler to help out and make sure that Singe can't just roam free in between the towers. But Chowinator does have some kill pressure. The Death Realm can't stop Singe from going too crazy and running circles around him, right? There's only so many places he can go in the Death Realm. But it's really going to up to be Chowinator to just execute well in this matchup. There's plenty of opportunities for Orpheus to be able to get those solo kills like we saw in game 1. Mm-hmm. So as long as Chowinator can clean up his play in lane, it should be like pretty even, honestly, between these two players.
Right. And this time the Aurelion Soul slips through draft, and Empyrean's gonna pick that up. Aurelion Soul is a champion that, like, if you let him get to late game, sorry buddy, those meteors are gonna start coming down and you're gonna die. Like, Singe is gonna help because he's gonna be able to access the Aurelion Soul maybe better than a lot of other champions. He's gonna be able to use that movement speed and flip the Aurelion Soul. But okay, and I like the Amumu pickup here, but now you're getting kind of a thematic mismatch here, because Xayah really wants to be kiting away, and Singe and Amumu, they're going to be going in.
I mean, we could see that Lucky Bucky 12, like his Ezreal ease in, ult in as a Xayah aggressively. So, you know, it could be that they've practiced these champions together before, or they're confident that they can get these team fights to go their way. E4B on the Amumu, definitely not necessarily one to help his team kite. He wants to go for these engages.
Right, and we saw some really big Amumu ultis from him last game. Last game he just didn't have enough follow-up. This game might be a little different. I really liked how the huge engages he was able to get, and this game he looks like he's going to be poised to do the same thing. This time, though, Ezreal going in for Empyrean, he's going to pick that up, and I don't know say his name.
I mean, it just seems like a pretty safe pick. You know, he saw the Xayah from Lucky Monkey. He's like, I don't know, the Nihilist ban, I don't know what to play into this. Let me just pick Ezreal. Maybe we can get like a support that can help push the waves in early game. Rakan is still on the table. I'm realizing now, it looks like we have a little bit of technical difficulties because I can hear the draft sounds, but I can't actually see what's happening. Let me get fixing on that. Jonathan, can you just take us through what happened in the rest of this draft?
Yeah, so I was expecting to see Karma band away here from Mythmaker's side, but it looks like it's going to be the Thresh and the Taric band away here. And yeah, the Karma slips through, so I think it's going to be a pickup for Karma. Oh, maybe Janna. I really like the Janna here, actually. Janna does so well into Amumu and Jarvan, and it does look like that's going to be an Amumu support because Jarvan has been locked away for jungle. So we're gonna be saving counter pick for mid lane, even though Aurelion Soul has been locked away already. And it is gonna be the Janna pickup. I really like the Janna here, because now Mythmaker's side really wants to go in, and Janna does so well. She's gonna be able to tornado the Amumu engage. She's gonna be able to tornado the Jarvan engage. She's gonna be able to ulti away the Amumu, ulti away the Jarvan, ulti away the Singed, and now you have such a safe bot lane with Ezreal. Janna, there's no way you're gonna be able to get Dove here, right?
Yeah, surely not, right? I mean, Amumu and Jarvan is going to be interesting. We'll see if Orpheus decides, I'm going to come down early. Is that a Singe support, actually?
It could be, and it looks like.
Oh, yeah, we still got technical difficulties, I guess. Okay, we're just not going to do this scene then. We're going to just go straight to the league line. Kha'Zix is the last pick.
Kha'Zix is interesting.
I haven't seen a Kha'Zix in a long time.
I mean, I don't really know what Kha'Zix offers to his team composition, but maybe Empyrean's thinking, okay, right now we have Ezreal Janna, we have Aurelion Sol, and these champions, they need time to scale, so maybe we need to pick something more aggressive, take control of the early game and mid game so that we can let these champions scale. And Mythmaker with the Tristana mid lock-in is going to say, no, we're not going to let you do that at all. We're actually going to pummel you the way you pummeled us in game 1. So it's probably going to be a bloodbath. As long as Aurelion Sol, Ezreal, and John are able to stay safe against what looks like going to be a hard diving composition, they're going to be okay. We're going to need to see Empyrean be able to stay patient, give up minions, and scale into the late game, and play these team fights front to back the way that they want to. And from Mythmaker's side, I want to see them get aggressive. I want to see them dive with the Mumu, dive with Jarvan, invade into the enemy jungle. Don't let this Kha'Zix play the game.
Yeah, honestly. We do have a little bit of technical difficulties, and it's not our fault this time. The lobby got reset. I'm not sure what's happening.
Okay.
Something's going on in the chat. I can't read it from here. So guys, just bear with us. This, I'm assuming, is the draft. I mean, maybe somebody accidentally logged in a champion that they didn't have or something. Or,
I see.
who knows what happened, but we'll get back into it soon. Let's just assume that this is the draft. It's going to be, okay, here we go. Okay, so
maybe we're going.
Now we're going to get through the whole process again. That's the problem. So it's like, okay, let's just chill for a second. We don't need to talk about the game or anything. No, okay, so tell me about you, Jonathan. So you're on the low gold team. What role do you play?
Yeah, I'm the support for the local team. So we've been doing okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we've had some interesting games. We've been experimenting with a lot of different team compositions. So we've had some weird zoning compositions. We're trying to learn poke team compositions, which has been really difficult because it's just not the normal front to back we're used to.
Right.
But it's a learning experience.
It's fun. Okay, so you have these scrims to be able to learn new concepts. So how often do you guys scrim?
We scrim maybe every 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
More often, our coach decides that we're like terrible.
In like the nicest way possible,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Of course. I want you to improve, and here's all the stuff that you guys are doing wrong.
Well, okay, let's take
Wait a second.
It's not
Kane.
Kha'Zix. They changed
Okay.
it. They're like, we didn't own Kane, so we locked in the other cage on it, which was Kha'Zix.
Close enough.
I think that's literally what happened. I'm assuming that's what happened, and that's what they're talking about in chat.
Right.
That's
Okay.
probably why they last picked it too, because they're like, okay,
Yeah.
we last pick it, then we can change it.
I see.
I mean, kind of bullshit because they're on blue side, but whatever, it happens.
I mean, yeah, I like the Kane a lot more than the Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix doesn't really offer that much utility. He can't really do as much. I really hope this is not Shadow Kane. I think Shadow Kane would be a huge mistake here. Darken Kane looks really well positioned in this game because he has the knockups. He has Mumu, Jarvan, and Singe to heal off of. And he has ways to disrupt this Xayah and this Tristana if they get a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, I think it's great. I'm with you. I hope I see Red Kane in this game. I hope OP Champ 123 is able to choose the right form that will help his team win the game the easiest. And I love to see that there's just so much stylistic difference. You mentioned it. Mythmaker, they're going for that early game aggression. They want these big team fights. They want this front to back. Whereas Empyrean, they're looking more for the scaling, still front to back, but definitely a little bit harder to execute on the comp. They have a little bit less engaged to go with. So it's really going to be about them forcing fights around objectives in order to find the kills that they need in order to close out this game and close out the series 2-0.
Right. I mean, if Mythmaker can't find an early advantage, I think Empyrean, they're so well positioned here. They have so much scaling. They have so much range. Mythmaker really needs to be able to find an early gold lead and get on top of this Aurelion Sol, get on top of this Ezreal, which is just made even more difficult by the Janna, the Mordekaiser, and the Kane. But Mythmaker has no other way to play. They have no range to deal. They have no range to deal with the range from Ezreal or Aurelion Sol. They have no way to catch out any of these champions unless they have some really great vision.
I just realized there's a ton of role swaps happening on Mythmaker side. We have Hayam Rondo top with the Singe. We have Orpheus jungle, who was Fiora last game. And E4B is now a Mumu support.
Okay.
So you know, they're more than happy to switch around the roles. They're more than happy to say, okay, you're going to throw out a bunch of top lane bans. Let's just put Orpheus on Jarvan jungle. And we'll see if it worked out for them.
Yeah.
Man. Maybe this is the key if they just put a bunch of players on different roles. Let's take a look at the runes now. Predator Singe. I haven't seen Predator in a long time. Wow. Yeah. As well as the water walking. So this Singe might actually just be looking to roam as much as possible and look for picks in the mid lane and maybe even the bot lane. This is really interesting.
Yeah, he's going to look to shut down this Aurelion Sol, who's really, really weak in the early game. Aurelion Sol really for the first 15 minutes is just putting down the black hole and farming minions. Maybe Singe is going to walk around his tier 1 tower, say hello, and flip him into the mid laner.
That's great. I mean, definitely an interesting choice in runes, an interesting pick as well. So see if it works out for them.
Yeah, I mean, Mordekaiser early game doesn't really have that much tower taking potential until he finishes maybe like a Nashor's Tooth or something. So, I mean, Singe can pretty freely just roam around, and Mordekaiser really can't do much. It's not like he can follow him.
Exactly. We can see as well, Glacial Augment Janna seems pretty standard. We already know that the Empyrean support loves Glacial Augment from that Terra game last game. So hopefully we'll see it come out again in style, in flair. Pretty standard Xayah runes, looking for the survivability with the biscuits. I like what I see there.
Yep.
Looking at now the Amumu support, remember, Amumu support, also Glacial Augment now. Heavy engage, trying to lock down the opposing Ezreal and opposing Janna with the Conqueror Cane. Conqueror Cane usually means red cane,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. This is definitely red cane. There's no way this is blue cane. If this is blue cane, I'll eat my hat. Okay, there's no way.
Well, I kind of want to see that, so maybe I'll ask him. I'll slip him a 20 and be like, hey, man, can you just pick blue cane for the fun? And then we got the Jarvan jungle versus the Ezreal. Cut down Ezreal. I like what I see there. I think it's going to be great. Jarvan, pretty standard with the alacrity. There's not a whole lot of CC, so you don't need Legends Tenacity. I think this is a good choice from him.
Yeah, it's not going to be the lethality Jarvan that's been pretty in vogue recently with the recent W buffs. So we're not going to be seeing any like crazy Duskblade Jarvan one-shots. It's going to be that Gore Drinker build most likely, but I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
I mean, do you think it could be like a Heartsteel full tank Jarvan as well?
Heartsteel full tank Jarvan.
Like maybe really Heartsteel in the Black Cleaver or something?
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, that Conqueror would help with that as well.
Got it. Okay. Definitely not what we're probably going to see, but I just wanted to throw it out there. And then first strike Aurelion Sol versus Tristana mid. Tristana mid has a lot of kill pressure early game. Yeah. So Aurelion Sol is definitely got to be careful with the Gathering Storm as well. Really just trying to scale up, get as much gold in his pocket as possible. And it seems like pretty much what both of these players are going to be playing for in the early game is Aesol surviving, Tristana looking for the kill.
Yeah. I mean, first strike on Aurelion Sol, you don't typically take that into ranged matchups because Tristana can typically proc it and make sure that you don't get the first strike gold. But, I mean, he needs money. He really desperately needs money, like, as soon as possible, because he needs to be able to contest this early mid-pressure from Mythmaker side. And so, if he can survive through this early game, like I said before, against this Jarvan, this Tristana, and now what looks like maybe even Singed, then he should be well-positioned in this game, and it looks like we're going to be hopping onto the Rift here. You want to... You order the
oh,
yeah. Okay. So, okay. It looks like we might be getting a 5v5 skirmish here. This is going to be crazy. Boots start for the Singe. Is he going to start flip? Oh, man. Are we going to get a flip level 1?
We might get the flip level 1. The high-end Rondo is more than happy to go deep into the enemy jungle. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more, actually, because I just want to be able to see more of the game.
Okay, there we go.
That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. And we can see actually the 5-man stack as well from Empyrean. They're aware that, you know, Mythmaker could look for some cheesy play. Definitely don't want to give up any early advantages to the enemy team. And I think it makes sense, you know, just play it safe, play it simple. They got the ward as well in the bush behind the red buff. They just want to make sure that they're not getting cheesed out.
Okay, so it looks like, unfortunately, there's going to be no shenanigans happening in the bot lane. Singe is still sitting bot lane.
He's got teleport technically, I guess. I mean, this is something he
This is a cheese. This is the cheese of all cheeses.
I mean, and I feel like Mythmaker doesn't even really need to do this cheesy stuff to, you know, beat out Empyrean. They've already won against them 2-0 in a regular series. They don't need to, it was like pretty close for a while in game 1. They don't need to rely on strategies like this, but like maybe you just take whatever advantage you can get. Hopefully Chownator is pinging his team. Like, I have no idea where this guy is. Maybe they're assuming they're leashing Orpheus, but you gotta be really careful. Please
man.
take it to bot lane, direct the camera. I want to see this happen.
Oh my god.
Oh, they're just
Oh
waiting.
my god.
They're missing team. Oh my god. 4B. He forces a flash out from the Janna. Oh no. Lightning Song comes out. There's not enough damage to heal as well. And by KZ, he does have to use his flash or his heal, but he doesn't have to use his flash. He's able to just kind of walk out. Hyamanda looking for another kill with the Predator as well.
Oh no.
Camp is here now. First blood for the Ezreal. This cheese is not going to Mythmaker's favor. OP champ, he's looking for E4B. The flash away from the Mumu, will it be enough? It will. And the guy PK actually getting jumped on by Fortsnor, has to use his flash to get away from the Ignite and the Tristana Bomb. A lot of stuff happening in just the first couple minutes of the game, and somehow Empyrean is the one who comes out on top.
It's a disaster for Mythmaker. There's just, oh man, they get the flip, but then the exhaust means that there's no damage left. And the Ignite never gets burned by a Mumu, so that heal gets full value.
Oh my god! You're correct! You're crazy! Lucky Monkey with the flash was not ready to dodge that skill shot, and it's just absolutely terrible for Mythmaker's bot lane right now in this game too.
Yeah, and I mean, again, we said Mythmaker needs to be able to find ways to get ahead early, and it's just, oh, it's gonna be so hard now with Ezreal Janna. They were so positioned to be so safe in this lane, and now they're gonna be losing hard. Oh.
Yeah, okay. It all comes down to the tower shot there. And Chowinator, you know, he was able to free farm the first couple waves. He's actually going to get ganked by Orpheus now. Still a splash available. Uses it early.
Oh, no.
It's this easy knockup for the Jarvan. Actually taking tower damage. Almost goes down. And now OP Champ, he's going to look for a play. Orpheus still has flash. Is able to use it. OP Champ is just going to try to get some orbs, I think. Get a little bit from the queue. Walk away. Maybe take some farm from his top laner. But yeah, I mean, a great play from Orpheus and Hyam Rondo. Looking for that heads up play onto Chow and Nader. I don't know why I said it like that. I thought it was Chow Anthony for a second. But anyway, good from them to capitalize even with the bad level 1 play.
Yeah. I mean, because Tristan was able to go so aggressive, Fortsnor was able to find a really great engage onto the Aurelion Soul, means that Aurelion Soul now has no TP, no flash. He has a cloth armor, but what I really want to see Mythmaker do is say, okay, the dragon, no flash. We're gonna find this Jarvan gank onto the mid lane. We're going to get our Tristana snowballed, and this is the way we're gonna win the game. Clearly, bot lane hasn't worked out for us. We need to find something mid lane.
Yeah, exactly. Fortsnor, he's got plenty of kill pressure still. He's pushed in right now thanks to OP Champ, but Fortsnor actually just gonna go in. He has the guy PK, he's just not, oh my god, and the reset too means he's able to get alive. Hyam, Rondo, and Orpheus now on top of the Kayn. And yeah, the guy PK was just not respecting the amount of damage Tristana can do, even in the 1v2. Thought he was safe with his jungler there, and now OP Champ actually might go down. Hyam, Rondo looking for the flip once again, is able to get it, get the auto as well. That's a couple easy kills, and now Mythmaker, they're not that far behind anymore.
Right, like, I mean, really, really good from Fortsnor here, recognizing that Nagai PK, he didn't have any mana left, so he's completely worthless. This isn't actually a 2v2, a 2v1. This is a 1v1 with the dragon that can only auto-attack you for like 2 damage.
Exactly. Yeah, especially with the tier start as well from Nagai PK. No damage, no survivability, no mana means death for the Aurelion Soul. And now, kind of looking at the game save, somehow Synth with HCS has a gold bounty, which is ridiculous. But it also means, too, that it's the top side of the map from Mythmaker you really got to worry about. Is Empyrean going to focus more resources on Baishi Z in the bot lane and try to make sure that he's the one who can stay up on top and get those early dragons rolling?
Yep. I mean, the thing is that Janna, Ezreal, even though they're ahead, they don't really have kill pressure on a Mumu, or they shouldn't have kill pressure on a Mumu Zaya, like ever. So they do still have to be careful. Ezreal does have that Sheen, so he's going to be doing a lot of damage. Lucky Monkey just does not have damage yet, so... okay, actually, I thought Kayn was going to be doing Dragon, but he looks like he just goes to do his Raptor camp. I think I like it. Empyrean, they don't need to force any fights right now. They know that they're scaling. I really want to see that Nagai PK just sits back, farms it up, finishes off his whatever armor ID he's getting with his cloth armor, probably boots or maybe Secret Arm Guard, and just sits back and farms against his Tristana, who really has huge snowball potential in this game.
I agree. Yeah, just sit back. Don't let Tristana get any more kills, any more resources than she can get just by farming. You can see as well Hyam Rondo with the really deep ward onto OP Champ. Knows exactly where the Kayn is. I love how deep this ward is. It's a great way to play against champions that can go over walls. And so he's really safe in this top lane to go aggressive, do what he needs to do Singe things with those boosted swiftness picked up, you know. He can just do whatever. And Chowinator and OP Champ, there's not going to be able to find anything topside. Taking a look at the gold graph, if we... Just kidding. I have a button map to gold. I realize now why it's not working. We are not going to be able to see the gold in this game.
I mean, we can see it at the top of the screen, and it's only half a thousand gold lead for Empyrean. Which is definitely not enough to say like this game is over. I like they're using the pressure from mid and the potential engage from Jarvan to maybe do this dragon here. Orpheus is doing it by himself. Is Kane gonna be able to spot this?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, that's first dragon over for Mythmaker,
Yep.
a Cloud Dragon, and it looks like the next one is going to be
Ocean.
Ocean.
We got Ocean.
Another
coming
Ocean.
up. Yeah, so maybe we get an Infernal Soul this game,
Infernal
which would be
Soul.
a very contested objective. Both teams would definitely want that in their arsenal.
Yeah, Hextech Soul would be crazy for Empyrean's team composition, allowing them to kite super hard against Mythmaker's composition, which would be really hampered by the slows that Hextech Soul would give.
It's gonna be interesting to see, you know, Empyrean, they got a rough right now, you know, they're behind a little bit on objectives. Maybe OP Champ should say, just wait for my Red Cane guys. Like, you know, we'll scale up and then we can start contesting Heralds, start contesting Dragons once we have a little more items, a little more power in our champions. Chowinator and Rondo, they're beefing it out in the top lane. I'm glad to see that Chowinator is keeping and maintaining that CS lead that he got early game. It's nice to know that he's not going to get bullied around. Meanwhile, speaking of bullying, we do see the guy PK is just getting taken away from the wave by Bortsnort. Love how aggressive this Tristana is.
So remember when I said we weren't going to get lethality Jarvan? I think we're getting lethality Jarvan. That is a serrated Dirk. It might be Eclipse, it might be Duskblade. Either way, this Jarvan's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Jarvan's like, hey, we got a couple early kills on Tristana on Sin. Might as well go for the damage.
we
Why not
are
just
killing.
one shot this Ezreal or something, right?
Yeah. I mean, Jarvan, he hasn't been able to punish the flash on Aurelion Soul here, which is gonna be, which would be nice. Oh.
Okay, high on Rondo, caught with low mana and low HP, proccing away, flash on by OP Champ. The Kane ult comes out as well. Flash is still available for Singe, and actually gets shut down over the wall. So a great kill for the side of OP Champ. A Herald picked up for Orpheus meanwhile, and Mythmaker. So definitely like a couple things traded back and forth. But you can see Rondo is getting punished for that proxying.
Yeah, I mean, remember, Singe had a bounty, so OP Champ actually picking up a weird amount of gold off of that Singe kill.
Oh, Herald actually used instantly. TP coming in from the guy PK in the mid lane as well. Kind of want to see how many plates are available. And yeah, okay, a couple plates taken. The guy PK, I didn't even realize that the Aurelion Soul E worked on the Herald. He's able to pull him in a little bit, which is kind of funny to see. But yeah, so a couple, you know, a little more gold in the hands of Bortsnort. The guy PK, he's going to answer, keeping up in CS at least. And even though there's a little more gold being funneled into the mid laner, he's more than happy to just keep scaling up right now.
Right. I like that they're giving the gold to Bortsnort. I wish Orpheus had held the Herald for a little bit longer, because I mean, Bortsnort can do so much damage to towers already by himself. So maybe just hanging around, pressuring the Aurelion Soul, and letting Bortsnort get a full E explosive charge off, get a full play before he even uses it. Wait a second.
Yeah, and the guy PK, okay, he's able to get up. Bortsnort's actually following him over the wall. High and Rondo there to support, but OP Champ stops that play from happening. You see, yeah, I mean, the guy PK, he's okay with going for these aggressive plays. He knows he's safe. There's no CC on Tristana. Actually,
This might be a dive.
on the other side. Oh, the great flash from the guy PK to keep himself alive, but his tower might be going down. Oh, actually, okay,
It's the
good.
wave.
Aurelion Soul,
Right.
yeah, perfect.
Okay, nice. I like that Chowinator didn't hit the Singe.
Oh.
Okay, High and Rondo burns the flash, but I think it's totally fine for him. He does need to be a little bit more careful for ganks from Orpheus here, but it should be totally fine because there's been basically zero attention paid to top lane.
Yeah, there was that one gank onto Chowinator from Orpheus, but since then, basically nothing's happened top lane. He's actually going for the Death Realm ult high on Rondo, using the bushes to his advantage, just absolutely running circles around Chowinator, and that's when the Death Realm expires. Chowinator gets absolutely outplayed in the Death Realm.
Yeah, I mean, Mordekaiser sends him to Brazil, but we know how Loud did recently in the Valorant game. So really, just nothing happening there.
Oh, did you watch that? Okay, well, I'm going to hold off that thought because Orpheus is coming out for a bot lane game. Baishi Z finally gets spotted by the Jarvan. Trying to just walk away. Lucky Monkey 12 pushing out damage right now. Great Janna ult, but E4B with the follow-up. Oh, Jarvan and a Lulu ult. Orpheus finds the first kill. OP Champ is trying to respond, trying to do some damage, uses the Jarvan ult, but the heal comes out, and that's going to save the day. Baishi Z, my God, that's 3 kills uncontested from Mythmaker.
Wow, I mean, it's such a great Janna ulti, but Amumu really great holding onto his Q, getting on top of the Janna after the Janna ulti, and then you just wombo combo with Jarvan ulti, Xayah ulti. After everything's been used, there's just no way. Wait a second.
Yeah, Chowinator's dead. High on Rondo just needs one more auto, and he gets it. I think it was a flip at the end there. Solo kill top lane. It's just salt in the wound now. Mythmaker now up 2,000 gold, and it's going to keep increasing as Lucky Monkey keeps getting these plates.
I'm so confused now by the way by Jarvan's build, because he has a serrated dirk, but he is also going for Gourd Drinker, so maybe he's just getting the serrated dirk for early pressure. I mean, it's working, so what can I do?
Yeah, you know what? He's getting that extra damage, making sure that Baishizi and Miyazono go down, and it might be just enough to make sure that he's locked in. We can see OP Champ does have the red cane now after that play, looking for high on Ron. His teleport coming out from Showinator, no mana on the Singe. Should be a kill.
Oh,
actually, he's just able to walk away. OP Champ not following with this top laner. I think he also thought it was a guaranteed kill, but Singe has just enough move speed with those boots of swiftness to be able to just walk away.
Yeah, I mean, this Singe is just getting away with murder here. He walks in, gets a plate, equalizes his CS, and I mean, Chowinator is just down so much now.
Yeah, Chowinator, he's having a little rough right now. Actually, that build path is into...
That's Jock Show, I think.
Yeah, that is Jock Show. So we do see the kind of off-tank Mordekaiser starting out, going for the first item Jock Show. Second Dragon going the way of Mythmaker. You can see they're in a really good spot right now. Chowinator has no damage items, and really you can tell because he's not able to trade with High and Rondo at all. The Singe is walking up to the wave with no problem. OP Champ is getting engaged on by Orpheus. A big play coming out from this Lethality Jarvan. We'll see if he's enough burst damage. Oh, the ult comes out. OP Champ is healing. Conqueror is proc. The shield is a and the auto finally from Orpheus finds the solo kill on the enemy jungler. So Mythmaker just keeps extending their lead.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I want to see from Mythmaker's composition. Keep that lead and just make sure that OP Champ can't take his jungle for free. And what can the guy PK do? He's on the Aurelion Soul. He can't even hold his own tower.
Yep, this tower is getting very low. Last plate remaining for mid lane. Tristana mid doing a lot, is absolutely punishing this ASOL pick, which I love to see. And I just want to make sure that Mythmaker's keeping up the momentum, keeping up this pace, because if they can just keep it going, they can close out this game. High on Rondo, flashing in the roots. A great play from him to get away from the guy PK and OP Champ. That's slow, monumental with the Rylai's picked up. And this Singe is a huge problem now for Empyrean's top side.
Yep. Chowinator putting him back in the Death Realm. He can't even walk in as a Singe. Actually, he's running away from High on Rondo in the Death Realm.
Oh my
and OP
God.
Champ and the guy PK are trying to help, but Boardsword is just destroying them.
Yeah, Boardsword with Chowinator now. That's the first kill. OP Champ trying to get a return follow-up, but nothing doing. That's just more kills going the way of Mythmaker. And it seems with all these kills happening, Empyrean just has less and less answers to follow up with.
Yeah, I mean, OP Champ's like, this is my jungle, right? And Mythmaker's, no, it's not. All of this jungle is actually ours. Orpheus, I am Rondo, Boardsnort, they're so mobile, they can just get in and take everything from Kayn. And Kayn, when he's starved, he just really can't do much.
Okay, I was trying to show the platings, but it did not work. Anyway, don't worry about that, guys. We saw that mid lane went down. We saw there's at least 4 plates taken there. So it's just my end production going crazy. E4B actually flashing on top of Baishizi, trying to get for the Q before the ult. Finds Miyazono with the second Q. It's going to take very low. Lots of damage coming out from the Ezreal. The Lucky Monkey 12 actually Gale forces forward. Baishizi trying to find a return follow-up. The ult comes out from the Zaya. Baishizi gets rooted up. And he's still trying to chase. Yeah,
the heal's coming up. The heal's coming up.
Damage. One more heal up. He finds it. Lucky Monkey thought he could dodge. Doesn't use the heal that he mentioned. Oh, that was crazy. A great play from Baishizi. He's trying his best to keep his team in the game. High on Rondo trying to dive under cover, but OP Champ is there to follow up. And this Singe does go down, and a shutdown goes to Ezreal. Great play and a great look for Empyrean.
Right, I think it's just super overzealous by E4B, who's maybe getting a little impatient in the lane that he can't get anything into, but that's what Janna wants. Janna wants you to go in and use everything, so that way the Ezreal gets to kite for free. He gets to land so many free Qs, gets to fully stack up his Conqueror and just destroy the Zaya, even though...
Oh yeah, and you can't do that around Tristana. If you let him auto you, he's got that ult, he's got that burst damage. So Chowinator, I think he's kind of just getting knowledge diff right now in this series. It just seems like he's not really aware of the damage output that some of these players have. A great use of the Unstoppable from Orpheus, and he's actually able to pick up the kill because of it on the guy PK. He's trying to walk out now. OP Champ is not in range to follow up, so a great heads-up play from the Jarvan to get that kill onto the enemy mid laner.
Yeah, I mean... Chowinator maybe thought he was more tanky now that he finished Jock Show, but like this Tristana is so ahead with a full Kraken Slayer to BF and he just completely shreds Mordecai. It doesn't matter how much armor you have, she's just gonna do all that true damage to you.
Oh my god, High on Rondo and E4B, they're looking for the Singe. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean the Kane, but he's actually gonna find the Amuma with that first kill. Miyazono there with this jungler, trying to stay alive behind Rondo. It's just running him down, gets the first kill. Can't OP Champ sustain through the Singe damage. The flip is gonna come out pretty soon, and it's a double kill for High on Rondo. Knows exactly how much damage he has. You can see actually the Magi picked up, stacking up right now. And the Death Realm coming in for Voice Sword. There's so many things happening on the screen. Jumping away from Chowinator. Chowinator, he's just gonna keep landing those abilities, keep walking forward, not with the passive, and the shutdown goes into Guy PK. A great pickup, exactly who you want to kill on.
This game is so back and forth. The Guy PK being able to find a shutdown for him on this Tristana for Voice means that Nagai PK is now basically back in the game. He really needed that gold to get access to the Seras. He's already finished his Rod. I mean, if Empyrean is going to get back in this game, then they have the gold exactly where they need it. They need it on Nagai PK, and they need it on Baishishi on this Ezreal. Mythmaker looking like they're faltering in the mid game here, but it's not over. There's still 5k gold up. They just need to be able to recollect, rally up all their defenses here, and maybe find a pick here.
Yeah, E4B, he's going on the Baishishi. The first Q gets taken away. The ult comes out, follow up with the Q. Plenty of damage from Lucky Monkey. That's going to be a kill. Miyazono kind of just standing there. Actually DC in the game, unfortunately. Don't think he could have saved his ADC anyway. E4B still low, but the heal comes out. OP Champ trying to sustain through, but Lucky Monkey 12 has too much damage. And now this Asol, he's going to die for going in so deep. Chowinator in the 1v2. He teleported in, but his whole team is dead. Miyazono actually reconnected, trying to save his shop later. The Herald's going to come out. It's a third dragon is available for Mythmaker to take. They're going to be on soul point after they get this objective, and even though it looked a little rough for the last couple of minutes, they're actually looking for the dive onto Chowinator and Miyazono. Herald comes out, the shutdown from the Janna onto the okay, there's a lot happening, but a lot of kills going around. Mythmaker definitely on top after that whole thing is said and done. And even though, you know, Miyazono and Chowinator put up a valiant effort under the tower, it's going to be them, you know, taking a back foot in this game. Mythmaker's going to be on soul point, and it's looking like they can close out this game pretty soon.
Yeah, finally that pause coming in for what looked like Miyazono disconnecting there. So unfortunate that Miyazono disconnected at that point. I think maybe he actually could have saved the Ezreal because Miyazono had ulti and had the tornado, but just kind of just stood there. So unfortunate. We're going to have to see what happens. We are paused now, so let's look at the items that got picked up after that fight. Lucky Monkey, before not looking so hot, now finishes off Navori and Gale Force. This is a really huge power spike for Xayah.
Yeah, I mean, you can see how much damage Lucky Monkey was putting out even without the Navori quick plates completed. And now that he's got this item, it's just curtains for Empyrean. He's going to be doing so much damage. He's going to be so strong, so hard to kill with his ult as well. So it's going to be really difficult for Baishishi, Nagai PK, OP Champ to kind of lock him down. I think Chowinator, you know, with the Jack Show just completed, not even tier 2 boots finished, he's kind of a non-issue in this game. Maybe the one thing he can do is if there's an objective being contested, he can ult Orpheus away so that OP Champ can smite it. But until he gets like at least a second item, and don't worry about the pods, guys. It'll come back. Don't worry. We'll get back into the game. But until that happens, like, he's kind of just like a walk-in minion.
Right. He's here for utility. He's not going to be able to be putting out that big damage that's really going to be coming from Nagai PK, who does have access to some gold now. Even in that last fight, we could see this dragon hurts.
Yeah, and High on Rondo, he's just gonna flip him away. You know, it's not to mess with the Asol. And I really hope that Nagai PK can get to that second item as fast as possible. Give him as much gold as he needs. Make sure he's got the item spikes because he can use that empowered ult now that he's level 12. You know, that tier 2 ult with the empowerment is going to be so strong. And there's actually a good chance that they can win these fights now with that cooldown active.
I mean, Mythmaker has an 8k gold lead. This is a huge, huge gold lead. Oh, we just need to make sure that Mythmaker doesn't find a way to maybe lose a fight, which is entirely possible because Empyrean, again, is scaling, and this Ezreal just finishes Muramana. If you mess up and engage this Asol, this Ezreal, they're gonna rip you apart.
Exactly. Yeah, you can see Orpheus as well. Even though he's kind of like the beefy frontliner in a lot of comps with the Jarvan, now that he's going for the full damage Gore Drinker lethality build, he's not gonna be that tanky. So it's actually very possible for him to kind of just get bursted down by Baishizi and by Nagai PK. Chowinator, he's that tanky frontliner that the team needs. Haim Rondo going for the AP off-field with Magi stacking means he can't really soak up a whole ton of damage. He's got plenty of HP, but that's kind of it. The guy PK is actually getting engaged on by Boardsnore. The ult comes out, but Boardsnore actually flashes behind it. A solo kill in the side lane, and this is actually really bad now for Empyrean.
Right. I mean, looking at Mythmaker's comp, Tristana, Xayah, and a Demonic Embrace from Singe means that their Baron take is super fast. And Empyrean, they have Ezreal to poke, but I mean, it's going to be really hard for them to contest. It's going to go try.
Yeah, they're going to try. They're going to try to walk up, but that Predator Singe makes it difficult. Challenger to the target, gets knocked up, gets stunned up, gets locked down, and Lucky Monkey gets the kill. Bortsnort on the backline, actually in the base, and then Baishizi was kind of put down to try to contest this Tristana, gets solo killed as well, just like his mid laner. And now Mythmaker, they're just more than happy to start with the Baron once again.
Right, a little bit disconnected from Empyrean. They're sending Ezreal down to deal with this Tristana, and it looks like they're going to be trading Baron for maybe a kill on this Tristana here.
Yeah, Bortsnort just waiting off that ult, trying to walk away. Nagai PK following over the wall, trying to get that shutdown. It's a big kill, right?
It's a big kill.
It's good, but it's a trade of 1 kill for a Baron. Mythmaker, they got that 10,000 gold lead now, almost 11,000 at this point, and with this Baron buff, they're just going to try to close out the game.
Right, I mean, Mythmaker also on Dragon Soul point here, and it's going to be Mountain Dragon Soul, which is going to be really big because it means that Empyrean is going to be doing even less damage than they were already doing. Mythmaker is really poised well to take us here to a game 3.
Yeah, I mean, in this series, it just seems like these scaling comps really struggle in the face of such early aggression. Had happened to Mythmaker game 1, it's happening to Empyrean now. It kind of comes down to, like, do you really want to scale into these games, or really you should be trying to just be as aggressive as possible, play the game that you know you can play. And in the game 3, I hope both teams kind of go for balls to the wall team thoughts.
Right, just complete bloodbaths. Let's fight 1v1, or let's fight 5v5 at level 1. 5v5 level 2. Let's just keep bashing our heads into each other and see who wins. I really like Orpheus's Black Cleaver here. He's recognizing, hey, I have a lot of AD damage in the Tristana, a lot of AD damage in the Xayah. I want to reduce the armor of Mordekaiser. I want to reduce the armor that maybe Aurelion Sol is going to be getting. And I just want to make this Tristana and the Xayah do so much more damage than they already are.
Yeah, exactly. Just make this Tristana and Xayah as strong as possible. Make Empyrean suffer for their sins, right? Letting the scaling comp get behind so far early game. It's just making it so rough. The Dragon and the Soul for Mythmaker is coming up in a minute. E4B with no help, just on his own, is going to 1v1 this Ezreal. No fear at all. Orpheus now around, but he doesn't even need him. E4B with the solo kill onto the carry for Empyrean. This is when you know the game's really rough.
Wait a second.
Okay, fourth sword. Oh, did the Aurelion Sol E keep
No, it was the John ulti.
Oh, wow.
John not getting jumped on.
Miyazono playing really well to make sure Bortsnort can't get out alive. Lucky Monkey actually the next target, double kill for them. High on Rondo in the Death Realm is actually falling apart for Mythmaker. High on Rondo with very low mana, gets grounded. Orpheus now onto Nagai PK and OP Champ, but that two-man stun is really big. OP Champ now running down the Amumu, gets stunned up, doesn't matter. Oh, Orpheus misses the EQ on the side. Nagai PK still in the bad spot. Oh, the flash auto is not able to get him out. High on Rondo, flashing over the wall to follow the Aurelion Sol, and now that's it. But still, plenty of kills going over the way of Empyrean, trying their best to stay in this game. Items going over to Nagai PK. This is still doable for Empyrean.
Right, I mean, we're seeing here that, 10k gold lead doesn't look like that at all. Empyrean still has so much damage, but I mean, after this Soul, I don't know whether our fights are going to be looking like this anymore, but we do see if you get caught out, you will still lose. It doesn't matter how much gold you have if you die.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, this Tristana could be fed, but it doesn't matter if she can't do any damage in her gray screen. High on Rondo engaging on the Baishizi. So much damage from this Singe that Majais is almost fully stacked up. Just one more assist will do it, and he'll get it fully stacked. Wait, is there guy 20 or
25?
Oh, I'm trolling. Okay, anyway, 20 stacks on Majais. Still a lot of AP coming in for the Singe. And the Mountain Soul picked up is going to be so much harder to kill him now. It's looking like Mythmaker, even though they kind of, they had some times where it looked a little rough for them, they're going to close this game out pretty quickly.
Right, it's a little messy from Mythmaker in that middle game with Bortsnort getting caught out, but High on Rondo, he says, open your scriptures, we got the Majai's book, and I'm going to be taking us to game 3.
Yep, exactly. High on Rondo in the Singe, popping off in this game. Orpheus as well. The whole top side of Mythmaker just playing really well in the early game, making sure their team stays in, even after that level 1. We thought it was going to be pretty clear cut for Empyrean to play through Baishizi again, but it's really hard when this top side is popping off for the enemy team. Baishizi, you can see she doesn't have one on from Tristana. That one crit just makes it so difficult for this Ezreal to walk up at all.
I mean, Orpheus on this Jarvan looks so good. And I love the Serpent's Fang build. He's saying, Janna, your shields mean nothing. Mordekaiser, your shields are going to mean nothing. the Seraph shield from the Aurelion Soul also gonna mean a lot less now. And I really love this build from Morpheus. He's saying I'm gonna be doing a lot of damage. I have so much utility, and I have so much stick potential. So like Aurelion Soul and Ezreal can't get away from me anymore. And he's gonna be really helping his team get on top of these what would normally be really slippery carries.
Exactly. You can see that Mythmaker is just waiting for that next Baron to spawn. Bortsnort with the red buff. And you know, if Nagai PKs is able to get to level 16, he has the empowered ult available. The skies could descend on Mythmaker. So I mean, they might be able to contest this objective and start finding their way back into the game if the fight goes well. Of course, it's going to be a very uphill battle. Mythmaker, they got level 16s across many of their carries. Hiram Rondo on the Singe looks unstoppable in the side lane. It's just going to be so difficult for Empyrean to even have the wave states possible to contest the Baron.
Right, Empyrean needs a perfect team fight. We're talking 5-man Aurelion Soul D into 5-man Mordekaiser E into 5-man Kane W.
They're looking for it. Okay, Shadownator does go down to the first one. OP Champ does stop Bortsnort from getting the reset jump. Baishi's jumped on by Orpheus. The skies descend, but it's not enough damage to get a kill. OP Champ on the side. Oh, she's able to get the shutdown on Persona, and the guy PK in the middle. Lucky Monkey, the exhaust comes out. Will it be enough? It's so still he gets another kill.
Oh my god.
He gets the triple kill. Amumu. Oh my god. Empyrean with the base defense. High Rondo on the side's like, guys, what happened to this team? Miyazono is peeling for its Aurelion Soul. The flip comes out. It's just one more kill for Empyrean to get the ace. And High Rondo's doing his best to make it really difficult, make it expensive. The guy PK does go down. OP Champ brought very low. Does a double kill. But finally, Baishi's is able to find it. The ace is a little delayed, but it comes out for Empyrean. They're still in this game. They're still surviving. It's still a 10,000 gold lead.
Yeah, I mean, we wrote them off, but that looked like such a great fight. It looked like Mythmaker just not on the same page there. Hayam Rondo finishing off the bot inhibitor tower, and Empyrean was like, this is our only chance. We have to catch a Stana. We have to catch this Jarvan now, and they full commit. They throw their bodies at them, and OP Champ somehow manages to get the kill on a Bortsnort, heals back up, and then kills Orpheus too, and they're like, wait, what happened? I thought we were 10k gold ahead.
I think the story of that fight, get some healing reduction, please. Orpheus, he did not have that Executioner's Calling until after his death. So now he's like, okay, this Kane's a problem. Let me make sure I'll get at least one auto on him so he can't just heal through in my entire combo. Baron started up. OP Champ, he's still in his base. He actually can't contest this Baron, and Mythmaker knows it. They're using the TP as well just to secure it, just to make sure. Second Baron going over the Mythmaker, and even though they did get ace, they're like, let's just go right back to where we were. Hayam Rondo is going to catch up Chownator. 0-8, maybe 0-9 at this point is looking pretty likely. Chownator just not having the best game, and he's getting taken advantage of by the enemy team. Bortsnort and OP Champ, they're in the 1v1. Bortsnort is actually at very low HP, and OP Champ's just going to try to run him down. Has the Qs, has his E. Bortsnort trying to, the Q is around, but not going to be enough. The flash from Lucky Monkey, definitely an interesting play.
Got a flash heal.
Okay, OP Champ does get taken down, but maybe with Bortsnort dead, they can actually hold off this Baron push.
Yeah, I mean, Hayam Rondo, he's trying to walk the Baron minions in, but Aurelion Soul at this point, he does have a lot of AP, so he can clear these waves with Baishishi. Orpheus is going to need to find a good engage here. It's entirely, or it could be E4B. But man, yeah, I mean, this Aurelion Soul is scaling. Yeah. They're making time for him.
Look at that damage. Aurelion Soul, just with 3 items in level 16, just so much with that Q. E4B brought just 25% HP in a couple seconds. Absolutely ridiculous damage coming in from him. You can see Chownators respawned. Inhibitor's the next target for Mythmaker with his Baron buff. Miyazono trying to peel away. The guy actually kind of in no man's land in a lot of ways. Somehow Hayam Rondo does not go for the flip onto the Aurelion Soul.
Because Chownator ulted him.
Oh, I didn't even see that. The Death Realm came out, and then finally once he comes out, the guy PK just stuck in no man's land. That's Orpheus onto the Aurelion Soul. Baishi's trying to cut it out, but gets split again. The Singe, it's just so hard to deal with. OP Champ is respawned onto Lucky Monkey, trying to find a kill, trying to find damage, but just can't quite do it. Triple kill for the Xayah. Miyazono, the only team member of Empyrean remaining, and Mythmaker, they've made it a series. They're gonna take us to game 3.
Wow, I mean, Jesus, Nagai PK, he was trying to hold it down, but this Singe is unkillable. He's just walking in, running his poison gas over everybody, and nobody does damage to him. You take Nagai PK out of the question, and I mean, this Kraken Slayer normally would do a lot of damage to Singe, but he's almost full build. He's still a stopwatch.
Just ridiculous. Mythmaker, they played for that early game scaling, they played for that early game team comp, and they win. It pays dividends, and they're taking us to game 3. This is going to be the final game of the series. Rec Esports in the winter quarter. We'll see who comes out on top. Both these teams amazing, scrappy, and it's going to be fun to see who ends up winning it all.
I mean, these teams are so back and forth. They love to just fight, and I mean, that's so fun to watch. We saw a scaling comp versus a more aggressive red team comp. Hopefully in the next game, maybe we'll see some crazy fighting. Yeah, I mean, we'll see you guys in the next game.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. We got another 5-minute break, and it will actually say 5 minutes this time. I promise. I fixed it. Don't worry about it. So don't go anywhere. Follow the stream if you haven't already, and we'll see you soon. Hello.
Okay.
Game 3 starting up. Champ Select locked in. Empyrean versus Mythmaker. This is it.
This is
the
it.
final game. This
This is
where
for everything.
I think a t-shirt's on the line here.
There's t-shirts?
There's t-shirts.
Oh my
You should have
God.
joined. Should have played, man.
Should have
We got
played.
Rec Esports t-shirts on the line. They're going to be exclusive, one-of-a-kind collector's items. So it's really high-stakes match for both these teams. We can see the Tristana taken away by Empyrean. They don't want to see it after last game. Same thing with Mythmaker. They don't want to see that Nyla. And of course, Akshan, Orpheus. He might go jungle again, but just in case they decide to put him top lane, Empyrean's like, would just make sure we don't have Akshan to play against.
Yeah, I mean, Orpheus looking great on top lane and jungle here, I think. I mean, he's a really flexible player, clearly. I don't know what about Akshan is really scaring them, but he must have crushed him in some other previous game.
I've seen plenty of Lorlo games where his Akshan just 1v9.
My God.
So maybe it's just the champion. Maybe somebody on the enemy team is just really scared of what the potential of Akshan is. Anyway, we're not going to see it this series.
Right, and now that the Tristana's been banned away, they're like, okay, that was our answer to Asol. Let's ban away the Asol.
Yeah. They just said, all right, you know what? Tristana means no Asol. The Singe taken away as well. It's just a lot of PTSD in this third game
Oh,
draft.
We don't want this Singe running over us again. He was completely unstoppable in the last game, and they're going to ban away the Wukong too, so complete target bans except for the Akshan here.
Yeah.
We're going to see what sort of new champions they're going to be able to pick up now.
And we did see last game, the guy PK and Baishi Z, they did swap between mid and ADC between game 1 and game 2. It'll be interesting to see because these players, I'm assuming, are picking for themselves.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't tell you guys. So the reason why we're not in LCS order is because the players don't all own their own champions. They don't want to worry about Draftable or any third-party websites. So they're just going to put in the order of the draft and what order they want the champions in. The B1 Twitch,
B1 Twitch is interesting.
that's definitely something I would not do.
Yeah, I mean, Twitch is super immobile, so I want to see from Mythmaker's side some way to lock down this Twitch, because otherwise he can scale out of control. Also, there is theoretically AP Twitch support here, potentially. I don't know if they're willing to play it, but it is possible.
I mean, Miyazono has been shown to be a psychopath, you know, that Terra gameplay in game 1. I wouldn't put it past him to go for the AP Twitch support in game 3 when everything's on the line. Maybe it's that X factor that Empyrean needs.
Maybe.
The Kaisa is a response. I like this. It's a scaling pick. Twitch is not going to be able to punish the Kaisa very easily, so it's going to be a great answer to for Mythmaker.
I also think that if you're going to draft Kaisa here, you're really signaling, hey, we're going to dive you. And with the Rakan, yeah, that's saying, hey, we're not going to let this Twitch play the game. We're going to get on top of him. We're going to blow him up. What I really want to see from Empyrean side is some sort of peel. Maybe even bring the Janna back. Thresh also okay. Allow him to reposition. Give Thresh some mobility to get him away from these engages.
I feel like Twitch Thresh is like the poor man's Abelios Thresh.
Yeah.
You know, it's a similar thing. You have an immobile ADC. If he needs a reposition, needs some peel, Thresh is great for that. Camille locked in for, I'm assuming, Chowinator. So he was kind of put on these kind of picks that are just kind of supposed to sit there and soak up damage. Now he's going to be the one on the offensive. He's really going to say, all right, guys, it's my time to shine. Chowinator, I'm going to win lane this game.
The thing is, I also know that Baishashi, he loves his Camille, so maybe they're swapping lanes again and sticking Baishashi on Camille.
It could happen. It could happen. I mean, it's just interesting to see how different every single game's draft is. You know, Lucky Monkey 12, he said, I'm just going to go for the Kaisa instead of the Zyrakan. Akali for Dragon 184 is the blind pick mid lane response.
It could be a Kali top here,
No,
theoretically.
they mispicked.
A mispick.
Yeah, the timer's not counting down anymore, guys. It's because our players did not mean to lock in Akali, and now they're like, guys, please let us remake the draft. Please,
No.
please don't make me play Akali. That's what they're saying right now.
Oh god. Okay, well, we're gonna have to wait, but let's assume that everything except Akali probably getting through the draft. We're gonna analyze this. So, I mean, with Twitch and Thresh locked in, you do want to peel back a little bit, but you also have the Camille to maybe lock down this Kaisa. So a little bit flexible here from the Empyrean side. On the side of Mythmaker with Kaisa, Rakan locked in, they're also pretty flexible too. Kaisa can still play a sort of more peel back version of Kaisa. She can still kite. She doesn't have to play the one-shot dive version. So what we're not seeing here is one side really leaning towards, hey, we're going to scale, right? Which is what we saw in these past 2 games. It really does look like both teams are opting for a more flexible, more generalist type of team composition.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be great to see kind of the adaptation from both of these teams. The draft got restarted. Looks like we're frozen on this screen, so let's just go straight to the client while I fix their caster camera. Anyway, yeah, Kaisa, the Twitch stuff, Camille, all the same picks.
Tragic.
I'm actually, what the hell? Wait.
So I think those are the hovers, but I think those we can confirm are locked in.
Yeah, so those are hover, or it's just like a weird relic from the last champ select, but yeah, I think it'll work out.
Yeah, Riot Client not necessarily known for being super reliable, but I mean, hopefully these are going to be the champions that are going to be locked in. Yeah, so there's Rakan.
Yeah, same draft so far. Just gonna work on getting our little. I hate this thing. I love it because it looks cool when it works, but when it doesn't work or it breaks, it's a pain.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not gonna be a Akali. It's actually gonna be the Jarvan here. Now Jarvan's really interesting because you can flex him top, you can flex him jungle, you can even flex him mid. So we don't even know if this Jarvan's gonna be going jungle. I mean, we did see that Orpheus had a really great game on the Jarvan, and it is gonna help him lock down this Twitch. But I don't know about Jarvan into Thresh. Thresh can flay away the Jarvan engage. So, that is Jarvan and Rakan saying, hey, we don't really care if you're gonna pick Thresh. We're just gonna engage onto you anyways.
Exactly. Yeah, and I mean the Karthus ban as well. It just means I think that OP Champ 123 has some sort of pocket Karthus jungle that the enemy team's really scared of. So we can see that it's just them saying, all right, we respect the Karthus pick. Don't want to see it all this series. What else we got?
It's gonna be the Gangplank band away here. Maybe scared of some sort of Jarvan Gangplank combo, which can be really devastating to an immobile Twitch. I really want to see Empyrean side either draft something to help them deal with this Camille, or draft something more long range, or either that, or they should double down on getting full hard engage and just kill this Twitch and then see what happens from there. On the side of is this Empyrean or Mythmaker?
So we got Empyrean on blue side, Mythmaker on red side.
So on the side of Empyrean,
sure. I think.
On the side of Empyrean, I want to see them realize that Mythmaker, they're probably gonna go all in, so maybe draft some additional threats. So I really like Camille here, but is Mythmaker going to pick something to counter this Camille?
Yeah, Orpheus, you know, it looks like he's gonna be the one top lane because that Jarvan is not locked in. And it looks like Shen's response. I love Shen into Camille. I think it just absolutely shuts down that champion. Rammus might be the play because maybe they're just going to send the Jarvan top lane into the Camille. We'll have to see what they lock in. Okay, Rammus jungle.
It could be Rammus top.
It could be Rammus.
The boss has been playing Rammus top with Thornmail Rush.
Ooh,
but the Cassante.
The Cassante as well, so maybe it's...
Where's Camille going?
I have no clue what's happening anymore. I'm going to be honest.
We're getting something weird.
We got a spicy team comp happening. I mean, OP Champ has been their jungler for 3 games, and it looks like Empyrean is putting him on support now, and the guy PK on top lane. We have multiple players who are going to play 3 different roles in 3 different games.
Okay.
They're fucking with us, right? Like, what's happening? Okay, let's try to suck it. I think it's Zach mid, Cassante top,
and Camille jungle? No, it's Zach jungle, right?
It's gotta be Zach jungle, Cassante top, Camille mid?
Or maybe it's flexible between Camille mid and Cassante top, depending on what happens on this R5.
I'm losing my mind right now. I don't know what's happening. Okay, Cho'Gath,
okay.
Maybe.
We are getting a full melee top side.
Don't just pick a Kali.
Is it a Kali? It's a Kali, boys! Okay.
Oh, there is some swaps happening as well. What's the point of restarting the draft?
They didn't want to reveal the Akali, okay? They did not want to reveal the Akali. They were like, wait.
Not too early.
Maybe they can counter the Akali. So they said, okay, we're gonna.
Okay, so we kind of have an idea of where the champs are based on the players, right? So Nagai PK, he's played now 3 different roles, I'm assuming. I think Cassandra can only go top lane. OP Champ 123 has been the jungler for Empyrean, so I'm assuming it's a Zac jungle. Miyazono and Kiori, and now Chowinator are the bot lane, right? That Chowinator is being put on ADC. They're saying, okay, sack bot lane, doesn't matter. We'll just put him on a scaling champion, scaling ADC, and hope that he survives lane. And now Baishiji is the one who's going to be going
on that Camille.
I think mid lane into Board Snort.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know Rammus's matchups, admittedly, but I mean, I think Rammus does pretty fine into Camille, and maybe that's their thought process here. Akali maybe then going mid into Cassante. This is really weird.
Yeah, this is strange. We can see Cassante with the ghost as well, and the Camille with the TP, so maybe it is a Cassante mid.
Yeah, I think maybe it is a Cassante. Okay. Maybe the runes will help us out.
Yeah, let's take a look at the runes now. Camille with the grasp, just going for some really quick and dirty trades, bone plating as well. Kaisa on presence of mind, lethal tempo. Just looking for the auto attack build, right? Not looking for the burst necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, because Kaisa can go Halo Blaze, can go Lethal Tempo either way, but That lethal tempo does mean that she is more flexible. She can go the cutback build, or she can go the one-shot build.
All right, perfect. Moving on, we got the Zac jungle versus the Rakan support. Guardian Rakan, Ultimate Hunter, looking to make sure his ult cooldown's up for every single fight he could possibly need. Meanwhile, Zac, pretty standard. Conqueror is interesting instead of the Aftershock, so maybe the Zac is just looking to fight and skirmish a lot.
Right, Zac is going to be looking to fight a lot because I think he is sole AP on this team, so he is going to be going maybe more of an AP tank type of build rather than a full tank utility build. Otherwise, the other team can just build like full armor.
Right, true. All right, fair enough. Moving on, we got the Thresh with Glacial Augment. Miyazono Kaori loves that Glacial Augment, taking it again. And then we got the Rammus Predator, Water Walking, Celerity. He's looking for that movement speed, looking for those ganks. Then when Hayam Kaori played the Singe last game, it was similar runes, if not the same. And it worked out really well for them. So I think it's a great call for Mythmaker to say, we just need a roamer, dedicated on this team.
Right, and I really like the stopwatch here over the Hex Flash. As a Thresh player myself, I know a lot of Threshes like to take Hex Flash, and I just don't think it's super useful as Thresh, especially in the context of this game. Thresh isn't really looking to be engaging. He's going to be looking to peel this Thresh out, get these flays, get the enemy engage off of his AD carry, and this stopwatch is going to make him just a little bit more annoying for these really clutch fights.
Exactly. You can see Cassante with that Flash Ghost, and the Jarvan with the Conqueror. Cassante's rune page looks pretty standard to me. Interesting to see. No bone plating, no second wind. Just going for straight trades most of the time, and then Jarvan on the other side with the early boost with the Cosmic Insight, just trying to get some gold in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, last but not least, we got Chowinator on the Lethal Tempo Twitch. Treasure Hunter as well, trying to get some gold in his pocket, trying to make sure that he can sail up into these fights and help his team out with winning this game 3. And then second win to Kali is a response from Mythmaker.
Actually, one thing, maybe I said that Zac might be sole AP, but I realized maybe Twitch should go AP this game as well. Seeing the Rammus, he's like, I don't want to shoot this Rammus.
Right, I don't want to get anywhere near this Rammus.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe he'll just go AP.
Yeah, we can see it.
Conqueror Akali is also very interesting because Akali is a champion that has really high base damage. And so the Akali can technically opt for more tanky builds with a Riftmaker, even a Jock Show, if he really wants to go for a tankier build. Or, Riftmaker has a lot of value here into the tanky targets of Zac, Cassante, and Camille-ish. So, we'll see. This is going to be really skirmishy. TP Ignite signals that this might be... I was going to say this might be top Akali into Camille, which is...
Right.
But it's kind of strange. We'll have to see when we load into the game.
I kind of like the TP Ignite from Akali because I'm assuming it's going to be Cassante mid versus Akali. He doesn't have a ton of kill pressure. So, you don't necessarily need your flash to be able to get away from the ganks. Jonathan, give me some closing thoughts before we get to this game.
Right. So, again, this is probably going to be a bloodbath. Jarvan, Zac, Camille, Rammus, Cassante. There's so many ways to set up a gank. Rakan and Thresh. The junglers are going to be super, super important here. Whoever gets a really strong start here, they're going to be in the commanding position. But I think this is going to be a super scrappy game. Red Smite on Zac, he is not...
He's going balls to the wall.
He's killing things.
He's going full damage with the Conqueror, OP Champ 1, 2, 3.
You want to rearrange the champion?
Oh, you're so right. You're going to have to remind me every time. Oh, that's funny.
We're going for an invade. Oh, it's not warded. Orpheus, no! Okay, the flash. Oh, the play start from Miyazono, but that's a free flash from the Jarvan and no deep ward, so that's just free. That's a free flash from the Jarvan. Orpheus, now his pressure alleviated somewhat because he has no flash. He can't EQ flash or anywhere. Now Chowinator and Miyazono, they can push up pretty safely, or at least minimally more safely. Theoretically, Dragon should not be able to find engages in this lane because Thresh's Flay is going to be able to keep the Khan's W off of them. What else do we have? So we have Predator Rammus. So Hayam Rondo, he really loves that Predator. Last game we saw him on the Singe running down the mid lane. This is Rammus mid. Okay, so I was right. TP Ignite does signals that this is going to be an Akali top. Akali top is really interesting. I like the Akali top into Camille, because the Shroud is Akali top.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. Thank you for holding down the fort, by the way. You did a great job. Let me...
Yeah. So this is Akali top. Sorry about this. So Akali top, he is a pretty interesting matchup because now with the Shroud, Akali can dodge away from Camille's autos, and that's a really great trade from Baishashi here on the Camille.
Yeah, I love the adaptation from Empyrean. They're saying like, okay, we got to figure out these lane assignments. We're going to make it work, especially with the champions as well. It's super creative. I love how they're playing deep into every player's champion pools. And they're saying, you know what? This is the composition and these are the assignments that are going to lead us to success. Level 2 for the Mythmaker bot lane. Mizuna, Kaori, and Chownator, they're going to respect it. They're going to back off the wave. More than happy to just say, all right, we're not going to contest it. We know how much, potential you have in the all-in. We're going to let our solo laners do the work and get ourselves ahead early game that way.
So what we're seeing here is that Orpheus is invading the enemy jungle here.
Oh, and he's brought really low too.
Orpheus is super low, and he has no flash. They burn his flash early. If he gets spotted out here, this could be really, really bad. Especially because Basha, she has top prio.
Oh, OP Champ.
Oh my god.
He's going to walk right past him on the mini-map.
He's getting pinned. Wait. OP Champ is getting pincered by Rammus.
Oh, what's happening? Oh, we're going ball lane instead. Mizuna, Kaori. Okay, the trade happening. Finally, Orpheus throws out the cube, is not able to follow with an auto attack. Okay, Baishizi, finally we get to see top lane. The double knockup. Baishizi flashing away, but the Akali is able to follow. There's no follow-up for Stort. Oh, he gets the auto. First blood goes away of Empyrean, but the return kill from Mythmaker is immediate. High Rondo trying to flash away, gets slowed by the Zac. Q gets stunned back into the Zac, and that's a double kill for Empyreans. I'm assuming AP Zac, and a great play from them.
Yeah, I mean, burning Orpheus's flash early on in the game means that they do have a slight advantage, and I think that really plays a huge part in this. Hayam Rondo, he comes up from mid lane, but there's just not enough damage yet. Bortsnor, he doesn't have the damage to really fight them, and I can't really say that I agree with fighting 3v3, but like I said, this is going to be a bloody game.
Yeah, it's going to be a bloody game. There's no more scaling happening for either side. They're saying we're just going to go for it. We're going to go for the big kills, the big damage, and we're getting to enjoy it right here on the cast, right? Like, this is amazing. Nagai PK, he's absolutely dominating. They're swapped around Akali and Rammus now, so you guys, it doesn't really matter anymore what the lane assignments are. Just make sure that you know that Hayam Rondo is absolutely decimating on this Rammus top.
I mean, from just that trade there, you see that Rammus actually fares pretty well into Camille too, because she just kind of hurts herself. Meanwhile, Bortsnor, oh wait.
Oh wow, that's a lot of damage. Bortsnor does have the Shroud, so he is safe high on Rondo. Actually using both the Rammus W and the minion advantage to make sure that this trade is going in his favor. Baishizi is kind of just has to walk away and can't contest the wave because that taunt means the minions aggro onto him. Rammus top is actually a really good pick into this Camille. It's incredible to see. Oh, Orpheus mid lane, looking for board snort on the gate. The guy PK. Oh, doesn't quite have enough damage with an auto Q. Can't quite get it out in time before going down to the tower. It was a good try. Orpheus is there to capitalize, make sure this gold advantage isn't too big for Empyrean.
Yeah, Orpheus on this Jarvan pick looking super proactive. He said, you take my flash, you take the early fight, I don't care. I'm still going to keep ganking. He's just super proactive. He's finding these great ganks. He's really great with the vision, and I think he's really putting his team for setting up his team for success here. Even though Mythmaker's down half a thousand, that's not that much at all, and all the gold here is on Bortsnor.
Yeah, not bad at all. You know, OP champ. He actually does find somebody, Orpheus, but he's able to EQ over the wall. Totally fine. Get out, safe and sound. Miyazuna Kaori, and just kind of looking at the bot lane CS for Chownator. He's keeping up. He's only one wave down in CS. So I think moving the switch to the bot lane has actually worked out really well for Empyrean so far.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like neither team really wanting to focus on the bot lane. They're like, okay, guys, let's just handshake. We're going to fight topside.
Yeah, exactly.
We have 3 melees versus 3 melees. And now with level 6 being hit by the solo laners, I'm expecting to see some more fights.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Hayam Rondo. Look at his build. The Moby boots with Predator, just like he's got the water walking celerity as well. So he's just trying to just move around.
Coming bot lane.
Right now, Miyazuna Kaori is able to play him out of his Q. Chownator now in a really bad spot. The lantern comes down, Chownator not able to land it. He is able to actually flash and heal away. Dragon in 184 brought very low by the Ignite. Miyazuna Kaori keeping a switch alive, but now Orpheus wants a piece of the pie. You can see Hayam Rondo going in again with the Q. Oh, the play misses this time. Okay, hook lands. Chownator is going to go down, but OP Champ 2-0 is going to try to make it more in this bot lane tower dive. The aggro juggling is incredible from Mythmaker. All out coming in from the guy PK on the board sort. Brought very low. Oh, gets the solo kill onto the Kassan. Okay, OP Champ not able to find it onto Dragon 184. The Q land, but not enough damage to make anything happen. Orpheus making sure he's safe for his teammate. OP Champ, the passive does not get procced. He does not go down. It's just incredible plays happening across the map, and Mythmaker is making it happen.
There's so much happening, and all this time, Baishashi is just slapping at the tower. He's gotten 2 plates now because Rammus roamed down. Rammus picked up a Darksteel. He might be picking up a Magi just game too. Oh my god, he said, guys, ban my Singe. I'm going to play Singe part 2.
Yeah, why not? You know what? I just need a champ that can go around the map quickly, and Rammus and Singe are the answers to that.
Yeah.
And Rondo, he's like, hey, it worked last game. Why not again?
Yeah, why not again? I mean, I said that they were handshaking topside. They're like, they must have heard me. They're like, actually, we're gonna go bot side. We're gonna dive this Thresh and this Twitch, and it kind of works. I mean, they get a kill on Voicenote in mid, and they do juggle the aggro pretty well. So they do get away with a little bit of more gold, but honestly, not that much. What's important here is that Chowinator is losing some EXP from the wave.
Yeah, Chowinator, he was not able to pick up some farm, not able to pick some EXP. You can see that prio from that bot lane play for Mythmaker means they get that first Infernal Dragon of the game uncontested. Orpheus able to just auto it to death. Dragon 184, making sure that there's no vision getting put down. High on Rondo actually looking at the Guy PK. The Unstoppable is a great way to get out of that taunt, and Guy PK, he timed that very well, able to get away from that gank. But High on Rondo, he's unfazed. He's gonna go straight for bot lane now.
Yeah, I think he should be able to get out. I like Miyazono's positioning here, saying like, okay, Rammus is probably coming bot. I'm gonna stay in the back, and if I see him, I'm gonna Lantern Twitch out. So nothing should happen bot lane. Ram's so fast. Oh my god.
Yeah, look how fast he's moving around the map right now on the river. High on Rondo is saying like, okay, I'll miss a couple waves top lane, but you know, I'll just walk back up. No problem right there. You see OP Champ going on Voicenote level 8. The Q misses on the Zac. That was actually really big that didn't land. That means the Shroud can come out. Unstoppable from the Guy PK is not able to find the Akali. And Voicenote's actually doing a ton of damage in this 2v1. Totally unafraid. Plenty of damage coming out from him with the Hextech Alternator and the Blasting Wand. So he's able to just outplay that gank.
Yep, Nagai PK needs to be careful here because Voicenote has his ulti. So, like, any misstep from Nagai PK means it's probably a solo kill for Voicenote.
It's going to be interesting to see Nagai PK on the back foot into a 3-0 Akali. Definitely daunting to face. Chowinator and Miyazone Kaori, more than happy. Just kind of farming up in the bot lane. They are 30 CS down now. I did say earlier it was only a wave. Now it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah, because the wave was coming into Lucky Monkey, so Chowinator actually pretty far behind. He has a recurve bow, but I don't know if that's going to mean Nashor's Tooth or if that's going to mean Blade of the Ruined King, so we'll still have to see. Because there is quite a bit. It could go either way here for Twitch. I think I would like to see an AP build. It would be good into the Rammus, and it would be good into the Akali. But I mean, not having that upfront AD burst might hurt them.
Yeah, I do think that it's gonna be interesting to see where Twitch's itemization takes him. OP Champ is got that Amp Tome in his inventory. He's got Ionian boots as well, so I think you're right. He's just going for that full AP threat, or at least off AP, off tank build. The Herald's also getting picked up because of that top priority. Yep, there it is right there. OP Champ. It's going to be interesting to see where he actually puts his Herald. Probably not bot lane if I had to guess, because you don't really care how much gold Chowinator gets. It's really all about BaiQi and the Guy PK getting as much gold in the solo laner's pockets as possible.
Right, and it looks like it might get placed to your top lane, actually.
Oh, interesting, yeah. I think you're right.
Maybe Sting Frogs. Okay.
We see Kaori has found Dragon. The two-man play as well in the Orpheus, but the Twitch actually goes into the Jarvan ult. Miyazone Kaori has to flash away, but there's no Lantern available to save his Twitch friend, and that's a kill over to Mythmaker once again on the spot side. And it's, I mean, nothing really happening on the top side for Empyrean to capitalize on.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so Twitch is going to be going to Blade of the Ruined King, but he's going to be so stunted now because of the pressure that's been put on this Empyrean bot lane. And, I mean, Empyrean, they're going to have to wait for this Twitch to pick up maybe 2-3 items just to become useful. Yeah, I mean, like, it's so hard to find stuff here bot lane if OP Champ just doesn't have first move here, and there's such great dive potential from Mythmaker, especially with this Akali, especially with this mobility boost Rammus. It's really, really hard for Chowinator and Miyazone to breathe.
Yeah, exactly. Chowinator, he's having a rough time. He's had a rough time all series, honestly, and it's kind of hard to fault him. I'm assuming that he's probably a stand-in, to be honest. Just looking at who was playing in the last time that these two teams played off, Chowinator wasn't there, so, you know, credit to him for playing, participating, being available. And it's going to be interesting to see how Empyrean kind of works from this deficit in the bot lane. Seeing the guy PK now. Trading on the board snort. Conqueror is actually proc for the Akali. Rammus is here. No unstoppable to save him now. The ult comes out, actually misses the knockup onto the guy PK. And the all-out comes in. High Rondo gets broken under the tower. Board snort dodging away from the Zaki. But BaiQi is here with the ult. The Hextech ultimatum locked in the Akali. And that's a shutdown for Camille. Empyrean has signs of life in this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's really, really big for Empyrean, who is struggling in the bot side, but finds something in the top side. Snort and Hayam Rondo maybe getting a little bit overzealous, trying to catch out this Cassandra, who's just so tanky and so mobile.
Showinator.
Oh no.
Getting bullied. He has to flash away, but the ult under tower from Lucky Monkey means at least Mythmaker gets something back after that play didn't quite go their way in the mid lane. Showinator, he's just struggling this game. I think they really, Empyrean needs to kind of tell him, hey man, it's okay to lose your plates. It's okay to not be able to get the wave, not even able to get XP maybe at this point.
Yeah.
And just make sure you're staying alive and not giving gold over to the other team.
I mean, Miyazono's like, guys, what the guy, please just stay safe. Stay safe bot lane, it's fine. But I mean, a 2-level gap already. Lucky Monkey is super ahead. That's a full Kraken finish, and Chowinator is not even close to his Bork being finished.
You can see that Bort Snort actually did swap around again with Hayam Rondo. It really is only the Akali who can match this Camille. OP Champ is getting flashed on by Orpheus, and he is going to get taken down at least to his blob form by Hayam Rondo with the help. Oh, the flash
no.
was all not able to make it. You can see that the lantern's coming out just in case that kill doesn't quite go through, but the shutdown is found by Orpheus. Now it's the unstoppable from Rammus to stop the play from affecting him. Cassandra in the middle of 3, Orpheus gets taken out by Chowinator. That's a big kill going over to the Twitch. You can see the guy PK now on high on Rondo, the flash away just on barely any HP. Oh no, the negative synergy, the play over the wall. Dragon 184 is able to get away because the guy PK and Miyazono were not able to stack the CC properly, and Dragon's up. So maybe Empyrean can get that objective, but still, it could have been more kills than it was.
Right. Just some unfortunate timing for the CC there. It looks like they didn't coordinate that quite well. Nagai PK knocking him out of the Miyazono hook, and then Miyazono maybe panicking a little bit and not being able to play away the Recon W over the wall. But it does look like it's going to be a dragon for Empyrean, even though they don't have their jungler here. Hayam Rondo is really playing like a second jungler here, and Borstar is able to collect so much CS because of it, as he moves around the map, picking up CS in mid, picking up CS in top. And he's really well positioned to take over this game, but we can already see that Nagai PK on this Cassandra, he's really, really tanky. Even with Kraken Slayer on this Kai'Sa, he still doesn't really do that much damage to the Cassandra. Kai'Sa maybe needing to pick up a Lord Doms before he really starts to hurt this Cassandra.
Yeah, you're right. I do think that if Kai'Sa can itemize properly, Cassandra will feel a lot less tanky, a lot more killable in these fights. BaiQi as well with the Divine Thunder pickup as well as the Merc Shreds means he's very strong into this Akali now, has a lot of kill pressure that he didn't already have. And level 11 as well, he's actually going to go in. This is his Q. Borstor trying to walk away, Orpheus nearby. Passive proc from BaiQi. Borstor actually going back in onto the Camille. There's no E available. The flash has to be used. Oh, with the ult too.
Wow.
And he gets the solo kill onto the Camille by Nagai PK. Almost gets killed by the Rammus as well. Mid lane somehow. OP Champ, he's not going to let it affect him. He's going to look for another return play on the bot side. He doesn't.
No.
Wow. That's a lot of damage.
Oh my god.
He turns it around. The 2v3 Chowinator with no mana. The ult comes in from the Kai'Sa. Double kill. The knockup is going to be a triple kill. Actually, I mean, we're console it, but 3 kills go in the way of Mythmaker, and they turned that gank around on its head.
Oh my god, Lucky Monkey does so much damage. I mean, OP Champ gets on top of Dragon, but Lucky Monkey is completely untouched. He gets a free auto with the OP Champ. He's like, guys, wait, where's my HP?
Oh, just ridiculous. OP Champ, that's what happens when you go for the more damage-oriented build, right?
Right.
Kai'Sa with the Kraken Slayer is just going to absolutely melt you. Nagai PK might be able to withstand the assault, but not this full AP Zac. And you can see now Mythmaker with that bot lane ahead means a 2,000 gold lead for them.
Right, and BaiQi maybe not expecting so much damage from Borsnor in the top lane, but I mean, Borsnor, he was 3-1, he had a full mythic. BaiQi saying like, I have a mythic too, but Borsnor really smart. He waited out the Camille Q so he wouldn't take the entire Camille Q, and then he has no options to get back out.
Oh, you can see BaiQi is trying to fight Akali in the shroud once again, but getting
Rondo.
ganked. Yeah, Hayam Rondo on the top lane. OP Champ actually does find Orpheus, is looking for the E, doesn't quite land it. And Lucky Monkey 12 has come up as well. They're all fighting around this Herald. Orpheus, that's his Q, as Kai'Sa's here to help him. The 2-man ult comes in. The guy PK doesn't quite have his passive up yet. Gets taunted, gets killed by Borsnort. The guy PK finds 1 kill onto Orpheus. By Shiji, he's gonna look for the Hextech ultimatum onto Bortsnort as well in the top lane, but the Shroud, it came off cooldown. The taunt's gonna come out as well. Lucky Monkey is just absolutely putting on so much damage. Unstoppable on this Kaisa. The guy PK trying to get lasered out, trying to get played by Thresh. Miyazaki doing as much as he can to try to peel first team. Chowdator gets 1 kill. Can he get a second before he goes down? Miyazaki with the shutdown, but it's not enough. It's an ace for Mythmaker.
Lucky Monkey putting on a show here as he just dashes, glides around, and just shoots everybody. He's eviscerating Empyrean right now, completely untouched, and he is so ahead. Chowinator trying his best to put out damage. There was maybe a glimmer of hope there for Empyrean, but Lucky Monkey, he's playing crazy.
Yeah, what do you do against this Kaisa? 7-0-4, taking down a tower, solo gold to him. Gonna catch this wave. He's gonna get close to the 3rd item at this point once he recalls. He just looks absolutely unstoppable in the finals. And Empyrean on the back foot, what is their answer to this guy?
Right, exactly. And with Dragon coming up soon, we have to see that Empyrean probably, they need to give this up because they just don't have the damage yet. They have to wait for Twitch to pick up some items. Empyrean, their hope is kind of slipping here. They have to wait and scale now, but it's not something they really want to do with this very aggressive Cassante, Zac, and Camille. Maybe they send Camille to a side lane is what I want to see them. Maybe pick up a top lane and trade for this Dragon. It looks like they're going to take Rift Herald. They're going to fight for this top side. I like this. They're going to be splitting the map.
Yeah, you can see now Empyrean, that fight not going their way is not going to stop them from looking for the Herald. But Mythmaker, they're on the assault high, and Rondo might just spot him out. It's actually going to be Dragon who's walking up into the bush. He gets caught out, no vision. The Q3 from Cassante doesn't quite land. And the flash away from Dragon, and as well as the pull away with the Lucky Monkey Club helping him out, means that he's able to get out. Oh no, the Herald reset! That's not good. Dragon 184, he's looking for the vision, actually spots that this objective, for some reason, it is not taken yet. Is he calling for his team to help him? It doesn't quite look like it. They're more than willing to give up this objective, let Empyrean have the constellation prize, and look for some advantages elsewhere.
Right, exactly. The Bortsnort saying, "Hey guys, I'm taking bot tower. Don't fight that." It's second Herald. It doesn't matter. You guys, you lost Dragon's Flash, and it looks like they might actually be trying to go for this red buff here, trying to bait something out. Hyam Rondo is gonna be. It looks like mid tower is gonna be going down, so that's gonna be an objective. Objective goal taken. Rondo forced a flash. So. Oh wait, look at this flank.
Oh yeah, Orpheus on the flank. The guy PK with the unstoppable is actually looking on Dragon 184, but the 2-man knockup from the Jarvan does so much damage, and on the shot just absolutely deletes him. High on Rondo now looking for Miyazono Kaori after the guy PK went down. It's just all Mythmaker all the time. They're getting the kills, they're getting the fights. Dragon 184 does go down somehow, but still it doesn't matter. Objective bounty, it's not enough by GG, just not with this team, and it's all Mythmaker, and they're just looking to close out this game cleanly.
Right, I mean, I thought Mythmaker was gonna start trading the bot towers for the mid tower, but Mythmaker's like, actually, wait, we're actually really strong. Let's just kill them mid and take Dragon. And now Baishashi might be caught out here.
Oh yeah, if that Akali E landed, that would have been curtains for the Camille. Luckily, he's able to get out alive, even though his team is still on their death timers, just respawning now. I mean, do you see any way for Empyrean to come back in this game? What do they possibly have that can maybe help them win these fights and turn them around?
So here's what I'm saying: is the only way that Mythmaker can win is if Kaisa dies. So Lucky Monkey needs to get caught out by maybe a Zac engage, maybe Camille finds him, maybe you get an Invis Twitch with a Camille engage and Kaisa dies. The goal needs to go into either Camille or the Twitch. I would like to see it on the Camille so that way you can continue shutting down this Kaisa. Otherwise, I really don't know how Empyrean can get back in. They have to kill this Kaisa. This Kaisa's Lucky Monkey is just way too strong. And with Navori finish, it's going to be even harder to get on top of him.
Yeah, you can see Baishuji in the side lane trying to make something happen, trying to just get as much gold as he can into his pocket. But with Orpheus ganking, Bortsnort as well, pumping out damage, it's looking absolutely impossible. Actually, this Camille almost able to get a kill. Oakley Champ as well in the pit with Jarvan. You can see the guy PK now trying to dish out damage. And this Zac, I mean, he's pumping it out. He's making it happen. High Rondo brought low. Orpheus brought down. Lucky Monkey. Yup, there he is coming in this Kaisa. Can't anybody even touch him at this point? Doesn't look like it. Lucky Monkey Tail pumping out damage, pumping out kills. Dodges the Q3 from the Cassante. Chowinator trying to jump out, but can't quite do it. It's a quadra kill for Mythmaker's ADC.
Oh my god. Lucky Monkey. Jesus, with the Navori Quick Blades, he's just so fast. He gets into the fight, into the middle of the fray, and just cues everyone. Everyone just dies. It does, like... all these tank items from OP Champ, the guy PK, it doesn't matter to him. He's so ahead.
Yeah, Lucky Monkey 12. I mean, right? Like, it looks so good for Empyrean. You can see OP Champ dishing out damage. You can see Baishiji, trying to make it happen. The guy PK as well in the fray of it. As soon as that Kaito comes in, we both knew, like, the fight's over, and it's going to be Mythmaker out coming in with just, like, an insane amount of kills.
Right, it's a 6k gold lead for Mythmaker, and I'm pretty sure it's all Lucky Monkey.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, you can see Bortsword, he's got a little bounty for himself, but it's not a 700 gold bounty. It's not 3.5 item Kaisa, right? And it just seems like even if you blow every single cooldown to try to get these kills on Orpheus, I Am Rondo, Dragon 184, you got to save something for Lucky Monkey, and even then, it might not be enough.
Right, and if you blow everything on Lucky Monkey, you still have to deal with Bortsnore,
Yep.
who's still running rampant on the backline here. Chowinator can't even get close, otherwise he's gonna get one-shot by Hayam, Rondo, Orpheus, and Bortsnore. So it's so hard for Empyrean to play, now that they've fallen so far behind.
You can see that this Akali Shroud is so annoying for so many members of the Empyrean team. Camille, Zach Q, even Twitch, right? Can't target this Akali when she's invisible. Chowinator actually gets spotted, speaking of invisible, by Bortsnore. The E lands, and the kill comes in. A kill onto Miyazono as well. The guy PK running for the hills, but Lucky Monkey just going in the melee range. No fear, knows that he can just bully the enemy team. And Mythmaker, they're gonna run it down mid. OP Champ on the side. How much damage can he do realistically? He's looking for it now. The jump doesn't land on Lucky Monkey. The Q doesn't land either. Running circles around this deck, and Mythmaker with the kill, just bring it home.
God, it's desperation from Empyrean now. Mythmaker knows they're in the driver's seat, and Empyrean is just forced to go wherever wherever Mythmaker starts driving them. Empyrean is just, they can't even hold the towers. Baishishi trying to make something happen here.
You can see that Mythmaker, whenever they commit to that early game team comp, right? They're just looking for the skirmishes, looking for the fight early. They're absolutely popping off, absolutely just annihilating, eviscerating the other team. Warsword actually goes a little too deep. Dragon trying to support, but can't quite go that far. 600 gold shutdown going over to Baishiji, but Orpheus and Hayam Rondo, the Death Ball squad coming in hot, the right result, finding its target. And even though Baishiji gets the consolation prize, his tower goes down and his life gets taken. Hayam Rondo actually kind of in the middle of not where you want to be. OP Champ doing plenty of damage. Lucky Monkey 12 in top lane, so there's no help from the Kaisa this time. But it doesn't matter. Oh, God. Oh, wait, no, it did matter.
It does matter. It does matter.
It does matter. It does matter.
It does matter. OP Champ lives.
Chowinator. Oh, my God. He got a kill. I thought he died.
Chowinator holding it down. Desperately, he's gonna try to pick up this Kraken Slayer. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, all out comes in from the guy PK. Lucky Monkey 12. Oh, but it's not enough. The shield saves him, but I don't know if he even needed it. And the guy PK trying to go for that hero play, but can't quite burst it down. Yup.
It's so close, but Lucky Monkey actually holding on to both summoners there. He was actually in no danger. He's holding out himself as some sort of like tempting prize, but there's no way he was ever actually gonna die there.
Yep. You can see as well. They got the Lord Dom's finish for Lucky Monkey. Stopwatch as well. This guy, even if you jump on him, is going to be unkillable. It's going to give that stasis time to buy time for his team, for Dragon 184 to come in and start peeling, right? So with the dragon coming in as well, there's a dragon player, there's a dragon objective, and I got confused. The Cloud Soul Point is coming in hot for Mythmaker. Uncontestable. OP Champ is on the other side of the map saying, all right, maybe we can contest the soul, but definitely not this time. Dragon 184 is able to find the Camille, actually. Orpheus looking for the EQ, goes for the ult first. EQ out? No. Baishiji with a great proc on the plant to get himself alive.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Lucky Monkey has more kills than the entire enemy team. So,
oh my God.
yeah, his level is higher the amount of kills an Empyrean has. So, Lucky Monkey, I don't think anyone's going to be killing him, like, ever this game. He might be entirely deathless.
Yeah, it could be that he just goes perfect. Flawless from Lucky Monkey 12. You can see, even without the Baron buff, Mythmaker's just going to walk into the enemy base. Baishiji gets taunted up, and the guy PK trying to respond. Actually fought very low. OP Champ in the middle of the team. A big ult. Orpheus finds the guy PK on the back line. Lucky Monkey 12 forced to burn the stopwatch early. Can he get out? No, dude, shut down. I crushed him. Actually winnable for Empyrean. He does get cursed by Jonathan. It's going down. And oh my God, it's looking like it's actually winnable for Empyrean. Bortsword trying to find Chowinator. Gets slowed by OP Champ's smite. Chowinator just going for the autos. Actually doing a lot of damage to the Akali. And they find the ace. Empyrean once again staying alive.
Empyrean finds a hope? How? How are you gonna fight a fight like that? Lucky Monkey gets caught out. I don't even know how. And Baishishi gets on top of him. Baishishi does a huge amount of damage. They wait out the stopwatch, and Lucky Monkey forced to use his ulti and doesn't even get the flash. He just dies.
That's the power of the demonic Helm's Act right there.
Right,
pumping out damage, pumping out CC, and putting Lucky Monkey 12 in a bad spot.
Yeah, I mean, OP Champ gets the... I think he got the Kai'Sa shutdown, so OP Champ now has so much gold. Maybe they have a chance. Empyrean, they have great team fight if they can get the money back. And they lower the gold deficit from 10k down to, what is this? 6k? 6k? They got 4k off that fight. That's huge.
They got 4,000 gold off that one team fight, off that one ace for their team. You can see that Baron spawning a little bit over 30 seconds. So Mythmaker, they're looking to poise around subjective. They're looking to still close it out. They're confident they can still take fights. Empyrean on the back foot. They're trying to push out these waves. You can see Baishishi in the bot lane trying to get some split push going. But still, I mean, Mythmaker, they're just unfazed by that fight not going their way.
Right, and I want to point out Miyazono here. He's really good hooks, really good plays against this Jarvan, against this Namus, and peeling off Challenger stuff so he can get off damage. Even though he doesn't have the items, a Twitch autoing is still a Twitch autoing through the entire team.
Oh, yeah. They're just going to do it off rip. I mean, Lucky Monkey 12, he's got 5 items, right? Why not? Can OP Champ go for the contest on this directive? His team is nowhere near him. It would be a hero play for him to seal it with Smite. And it's not looking like he's even going to go for it. There's plenty of vision. Mythmaker knows exactly where the Zac is. They know they can just take this objective without any contest. And now they're going to look to start pushing these waves in and start closing out the game once again.
Right, Empyrean trying to push out the waves, maybe make some time, maybe stall out this Baron. And, I mean, Baishishi getting some money down in bot lane. He hit 16, which is pretty big. But, I mean, Empyrean, they need to turtle this. They need to live through this Baron push. And I feel like we've been in this spot before.
Yep.
If Empyrean can live, there's a spark of hope. There's a spark of hope in OP Champ. Maybe he can get in there, hit a 5-man ulti. Mythmaker and Lucky Monkey, they really just need to position carefully, play it patient, and slowly whittle them down. Baishishi maybe looking for a kill on Hayam Rondo here.
Yeah, he's looking for the play on the Hayam Rondo. Hayam Rondo very slow. Teleport's coming out actually from Bort Snort. Can Baishishi finish this kill before the teleport completes? No. And now he's actually in a bad 2v1 situation. Bort Snort going in, the flash away from Hayam Rondo, the ignite taken out to stop any big heals from coming in. Baishishi on the back foot, playing around this alcove actually. Fortstone can't find him. Hayam Rondo low HP. OP Champ actually going in on Lucky Monkey Town. He's dead though. He can't find anything. The flash misses because Lucky Monkey, he just goes around and Miyazono Kaori now the next target. Lucky Monkey 12 with his Kai'Sa. He's so safe with the GA. He knows he can just go deep into the enemy team. The guy PK is not gone all out. Has no damage. Has no kills. It's a triple kill for Lucky Monkey. Baishishi is the only one remaining. He can't do it. It's going to be Mythmaker taking it in game 3.
Wow, I mean, I really liked Empyrean's thought process there. There was like, hey, Akali's bot lane, hey, Ramessen's bot lane, maybe we can find the 4v3, but, I mean, Lucky Monkey, he's not worth 1 player, he's worth like 4.
It's crazy. They couldn't even proc the GA. You know, Lucky Monkey wasn't even sweating. Takes 1 kill, takes 1 death just to give it to Empyrean, make him think they have a spark of hope, just to take it away at the end. Mythmaker is your Rec Esports Finals League of Legends champions.
Wow. What a crazy game and what a show from Lucky Monkey. And I mean, what a great play from Orpheus. They're jumping on the back line and making sure the Challenger had no chance.
Yeah, it was great. You know, the snowball bot lane started early and it just kept rolling. It's too bad that Empyrean couldn't put up more of a fight, but they made it a great series, taking that game 1, making a close game 2, giving us that tiny sliver of hope game 3. They put up a great fight. Both teams played really well. It was great to see.
Yeah.
Well, it's it for us. You got any closing thoughts?
I mean, it was a great game. I mean, Lucky Monkey, he took the lead and never let it go. And I mean, Challenger and Miyazono, they really couldn't do much against the pressure that Mythmaker could really put out.
Yeah, you know, it was a great try, but Mythmaker, they won the regular season. They won today. It just looked like a great team. They absolutely deserved the championship. Shout outs to them. We're done with the League of Legends section of today, but guys, don't go anywhere. We have a best of 5. We have Yord Addies versus, I believe it's Whopper Jr. Best of 5 Valorant Finals. It's going to be on this Twitch channel, so if you haven't followed, make sure to do so. We're going to have to turn off the stream briefly to set a 2-minute delay, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. The first game scheduled to start at 5 p.m. See you then.